So I recently cleared this AI-900 exam, which is a Microsoft Azure fundamental exam. It is a very simple exam. I cleared it with just one question wrong. I got 98.5 percentage, and just one question went wrong. Speech to text also doing the same. Na? It is converting speech to text.
Yeah,
Don't
same.
I'm just confusing. So you see like what like questions you will get.
This is good actually. When we get questions, then we are understanding like how will we trick.
Yeah, means in exam you will feel all options are correct. Reliability and safety, privacy and security, and this translate. Okay, it is basically translating into another language. So you will feel okay. Translate is also good, but you will also feel it is converting from speech to text also. Then it is also good. So yeah, exam is tricky. It is simple, but it is tricky. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel and I hope you are liking the content which I am producing. So let's start with so I recently cleared this AI-900 exam, which is a Microsoft Azure fundamental exam. It is a very simple exam, but it is especially because AI is a new field compared to all other domains which you have in the IT field. So it is good to have an AI certification early on in the early phase of AI revolution. So if you are looking for any AI certification, first you should definitely go with this AI-900 certification. It was quite easy. I cleared it with just one question wrong. I got 98.5 percentage, and just one question went wrong. And it was like quite simple. If you study go through its material, and if you go through this whatever the keywords and the solutions I am providing in this video, then I guess you will be good enough to get a good score and definitely pass. So without any further delay, let's get started. So we have joined by Milka, who is also colleague of mine, and she wants to also give this AI-900 exam. It is, and Milka, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Milka. I'm working in Accenture. So I need to explore this AI technology. So I'm joining with Kaustubh to explore in this AI area. So waiting for exploring this.
If you are also looking for any other certification, especially in the AWS category, I have done like couple of certification: AWS Data Analytics Specialty Level, AWS Solution Architect Associate, AWS Developer Associate, AWS Graduate in Cloud Architecture. So if you are looking for any of those certification, please let me know in the comment section. If you need any help or any kind of support you are required, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so without any further delay, let's start with so this video is particularly restricted to AI-900 certification information only. Or you can, this will also help you to build the basic of an AI, how the basically AI works, but it is most on the theory side. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started.
Yeah.
So So first thing, so I have this basically is like my notes, my personal notes, which because I already cleared this exam, so I made some notes to prepare for this exam. So these are my personal notes, which I am basically going to share in this video, and which are really to the point. As you can see, I get a good score into this exam. So I hope this will be helpful for you, as this was helpful for me as well. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
first thing we should know about is Microsoft 6 guiding principle for responsible AI. So one thing
Okay.
is like this exam is very simple. If you understand English very well, then also it really helps. Like even general English, what do you mean by responsible AI? So you would really understand, get an idea. Okay, I want transparency in my AI solution. I want accountability. I want privacy and security. I want fairness and inclusiveness, reliability and safety, right? These are general English words, nothing not much more technical. You already know the meaning of the what is transparency, what do I mean by accountability, what is fairness, what is privacy and security, reliability and safety and inclusiveness, correct?
Can you explain inclusiveness?
Yes, yes. We will talk about it, but I'm just giving
Okay.
you an idea that this exam is so simple. Like, even if
Mm-hmm.
you like see a new question in the exam, you just read it,
Mm-hmm.
try to like understand it, what it is trying to say in simple English,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
also you will be able to find the solution. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So just remember this thing. If anybody is talking about six guiding principle or any guiding principle, then these are the guiding
Mm.
principle for the responsible AI. Responsible AI means like you want to make a solution which is like good enough and it does not harm the world in any manner, right? You know,
Okay.
I'm getting a sound.
So I'm getting one call.
So So yeah, so the basic idea is like we have to make AI models or AI responsibly using this six principle. Okay, we have to make sure we are transparent about our AI model, like what we are using. Should be accountable. We should maintain the privacy and security of the consumers. We should maintain the fairness. We should maintain the inclusiveness and the reliability and safety of the system. Okay, we will discuss all about this in detail in the latest
Okay.
video. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in the question, if you see like six guiding principle, then then the question is talking about these six. Okay, like is the if they are talking about guiding principle, if they are talking about responsible AI. So, if you see any of these keywords, then the
Mm.
solution would be these six. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so make sure you remember all these six.
Mm-mm.
So these six are the keywords which you should remember. Like this is the solution which you should know. Means they also trick you with a similar kind of like similar kind of words. Like just like transparency, they can say just like for accountability, they can say like responsibility. But the
Okay.
answer would be accountability only, even though they mean the same thing. But for Microsoft, these are the six keyword. These six terms will be the like guiding principle. Okay,
Okay.
you get my point.
Yes, yes, I got it.
Oh, so now let's talk about it. And if you want to just remember it, so the way I remember it is like I just remember the first word of each six guiding principle. That is
Mm.
tap, and
Mm.
FIR. So this
Right.
way,
TAP.
yeah,
Yes.
tap
Okay.
IR. Then I remember it. Okay, T for transparency, accountability, privacy, security. Then fairness, inclusiveness, and last is reliability and safety. Okay. So this is
Okay.
just like my personal experience, which I like used to memorize this. Okay.
Mm.
So there are many questions from this part in the like my exam especially. Like 20 to 25% questions are based on these principles. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It was.
So, like first thing we should you are talking about inclusiveness, right?
Yeah.
So, like if question is asking like you are designing a system that empowers everyone, right?
Mm.
Means which include every kind of people who have any kind of disability or any kind of impairments, like they have hearing disability or visual disability. They should be able to use that AI system. Okay. So
Mm.
your system should be inclusiveness, promote inclusiveness. Okay. And it should not
Mm.
discriminate between gender or race.
Okay.
Okay. You got the idea?
Mm. Yes,
Like
yes.
it should include like there should not be any like it should not discriminate towards like homosexual people or any kind of discrimination it should not do. Okay. It should include all. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Your whatever the system you are making, so you should make it responsibly and you should follow this principle of inclusiveness. You got the idea?
Yes, everyone should able to follow.
Yeah. So if like question asking you, you are designing a system which having this hearing impairment or hearing ability, which empowers it. Okay. Just like
Mm.
now, you see ChatGPT now has an like text to speech where you can listen to whatever text it is prompting, right? The
Mm.
output it is giving ChatGPT, you can hear
Mm.
it basically.
Yeah.
and even the Google Assistant, whatever Google Assistant types in response to
Mm.
your command, you can
Mm.
also listen to that as well, right?
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
that will be helpful for who has difficulty with the visual impairment. If anybody cannot see, then he can hear it, or if anybody cannot hear it, then he can see it. So it should include all, try to include all, basically. You should make
Yeah.
AI systems like that. Okay.
Mm.
So if you got any question what principle you are following, then you should clearly say I am following
Inclusiveness.
inclusiveness.
In. Okay.
So it's that simple. You understand now, how the simple questions will going to come.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss them
Mm.
in a fast manner because it is really very easy. So if
Mm.
question ask, you have to ensure AI systems operate whatever they originally designed. Means no one can tamper them, or they can respond to any new conditions, unanticipated condition. Like you have not prepared your AI system, but somebody ask a new question which is not, but it should handle it well. Okay, and it
Mean?
means uh, somebody is asking any uh, something new got invented into our world. Okay, suppose ChatGPT was there, but it was before COVID-19. Okay, but if
Mm.
somebody ask at that point of time what is COVID-19, it should give a
Mm.
proper response to it. Okay, it should not
Okay.
get bugged, or just this is I'm sending you as a new condition, or like if AI is monitoring something. Okay,
Mm.
and if you have you have trained it such a manner that if you see any person without any helmet, then just alarm, uh, like uh, give anything, just tell, inform us, basically give an information about it. Okay,
Alert like that.
yeah, but if
Mm.
it sees somebody like animal, but we
Mm.
haven't told them, and
Mm.
it should be like prepared for such a necessary. It should not give, okay, what is this, and it should not get bugged or stop working due to that,
Oh.
especially like in the self-driving cars. We have trained them like for many
Mm.
conditions. Okay, they can detect, okay, this is car is going on, and
Mm.
you know, I see have a recent video of a self-driving
Mm.
car, like where it
Mm.
is detecting a train, like a train, as in
Mm.
number of trucks going one after
Mm.
one, because there is a gap in between the wagons of train, na?
Mm.
So it is detecting it as like truck going one after one, one after one.
Mm.
So we should train them for any expected condition. If anything comes immediately, or any even a small child come, or a human, it will see. It should be
Mm.
prepared for an expected condition. Like there should be other options also. Like if brake is failed, or like there are multiple conditions. Anything can happen, right, in life. So
Mm.
your system should be prepared for those unexpected conditions, and
Mm. Understood.
no, it should be made in such a way that it should not get manipulated easily in a wrong manner, right? We have seen so
Mm.
many movies, right, that
Mm.
AI got manipulated, just if you have seen the robot movie,
Mm.
there was another scientist who have manipulated using that red chip, and
Mm.
so that should not be a case with it. Like if anybody wants to, it should not be made, it should be made in such a way that nobody can manipulate it in any way. Like there should not be any
Mm.
system like a chip that anybody can remove it and insert their own data. Okay,
Mm.
so you should be basically aware about. Okay.
Reliability and safety. Okay. Yeah.
So basically, prepare
Mm.
for unexpected condition, and it should resist the harmful manipulation. And
Mm.
basically, work whatever the original they are designed for. It should not go
Mm.
into any other manner, or it should not work unexpectedly, or in a like any manner. Okay.
Mm.
So that comes under the principle of reliability and safety.
Reliability and
This will,
safety. Mm.
yeah, this will ensure our system is reliable. It can handle the unexpected situations, and it
mm,
should be safe enough. Like it cannot do any harmful things if anybody
yeah.
tries to manipulate. Like if I provide command ChatGPT, like can you like can you swear somebody or something like this? So it should resist that. Okay, I don't want, I don't do this thing, or I don't do such bad things, or I'm asking something very wrong. It should not do that.
Mm,
Okay,
mm,
even if it is capable of. Okay, that's the main point.
mm. Okay.
Yeah, so how you can ensure reliability and safety in your system? You can implement a process of AI model validation. Like just like we have
Mm,
simple with software, also we do a software review process, right?
yeah.
So similarly, like we should do a like number of validation tests and multiple testing. You should include while
Mm,
you are making that AI models. Okay.
okay.
Let's say another principle is accountability. So you should be
Mm,
accountable. Your AI model should be accountable for it. You should follow all the legal and the ethical standards, and within the framework of governance, all follow all the rules of your organization as well, all the policies, organization policies, and the your country law or international laws. It should fulfill all those. It should be
mm,
in bound with these guidelines. Okay.
mm,
As we have to become accountable. So all the process need to be made by the AI system. It should can be overridden by humans. Okay. If suppose AI make a decision because AI mostly now making automatic decisions, right? Okay, I want to give,
mm.
but if any human like its owners or its developer want to change that, they should be able to change it, because they should not say okay, now it's gotten out of my hand, it's not in my control. It should not be that case. Okay.
Mm. Like we should have the control over that.
Right. And also like if I am doing anything using chat gpt, so that should not be like the responsibility of chat gpt. It is still my responsibility. If I am using any content from chat gpt, suppose I am asking, okay, make a write me a sample question for AI-900 certification exam.
Mm.
So ChatGPT can also provide me wrong question and wrong answers. But it is
Yeah.
my accountability and responsibility to treat, okay, to check again, okay, this the question and answer provided by GPT, it is correct or not. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So you are basically accountable for that and responsible for that.
Okay.
So the AI should not be final decision maker. Uh, an enterprise or a team or a person should be. Okay.
Mm,
So question will come like this only. Like if you are doing everything with the framework of governance, or you are following the legal and ethical standard. So what principle
mm,
you are following, or it can come also reverse in reverse way also. Like if you are
mm.
following accountability, then what you should have to do. Okay.
Okay. Mm,
So you should remember all these keywords, like it can be over, our decision can be overridden by human. AI should not be final decision maker. Basically, a
mm,
human should be, and we should follow all the legal and organization and government policies. Okay.
okay.
And another one is privacy and security. So you should
Mm,
provide consumers with all controls and information that how their data is going to be stored, how like it is getting collected, how for what time it is getting stored, and like they should control, like they can delete if they want it, and you should provide all visibility to that, like how their data will be used even after they like deleted their account, or how ChatGPT, or just I'm taking ChatGPT as because it is a very famous AI tool, but any
mm,
AI is going to use their data basically. Okay.
mm,
And, like their personal data, you can, it should not be used by AI to train themselves. It should be like visible to like AI to use. AI should be able to use only when they approved it. Okay,
mm,
because it's their
mm.
personal data.
Yeah.
Okay, so if suppose I am asking ChatGPT, show me a random person credit card number or CVV. So if
Mm.
anybody has put it down, like when I like asking something, okay, like somebody has asked ChatGPT, okay, I am providing this information. Like they clicked a picture of their card and just asking ChatGPT, provide me the CVV. What is the CVV of my credit card? So basically, it
Mm.
has gone into ChatGPT feed. But if any
Yeah.
other person is asking what is the CVV of give me a random person credit card and CVV and all this, so it should
Mm.
not be visible to them. Okay, your personal
Mm.
data should be up to you only,
Mm.
and it's like your accountability which we have put over to here. Basically, they are all overlap each other in some cases,
Mm.
and you should ensure how you can ensure privacy and security. You should establish a risk governance committee. Okay, which
Risk
includes
governance
the
committee.
yeah means suppose a question will ask like how you can ensure the privacy and security.
Mm.
So you the answer would be we will establish a risk governance committee which includes the
Mm.
member of legal team and the risk
Mm.
management team and a privacy officer.
Okay.
Okay, so this should be your answer.
Mm.
So basically, all here which you are seeing, these are mostly you will see that part into the question, and
Mm.
this is the solution which you have to select. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm.
if in question you see how you can ensure privacy security, you will immediately it should click in your mind. Okay, I want to form a risk governance community, and it include three category of members: legal team, and risk
Mm.
management team, and privacy officer. Okay.
Mm.
Like next is fairness. So
Mm.
here, like AI system should follow fairness. It should not treat anybody like it should just like you are going to any bank website, okay, and now they are
Mm.
utilizing AI, okay. So,
Mm.
and suppose I am applying for loan, so they know, okay, this person is living in this area and this can spend
Mm.
more enough, so they will give me some attractive interest rates. And when they any person from rural area is asking for them, so they are giving him higher interest rate or vice versa.
Oh.
So, like same
Oh.
result should be given to every person. It should not like it is giving priority to some person or it is like giving bad result to some person. It should not be like this.
Mm.
Okay, it should
It should
provide
treat everyone equally like that.
yeah everyone with the fairness. Basically, same
Okay.
English meaning it has. What the fairness?
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
it should not reflect any biases. Basically.
Mm.
Okay, suppose like I hear a news where what happened like any like any person asked any AI model like how does a poor family look like? So it always
Mm.
shows any Indian family.
Mm.
So it is not treating it is not giving it reflect biases, right? And when
Mm.
that AI model asks how does a wealthy family look like, it always show some foreigner or some white people, right?
Mm.
And when it is asked for
Yeah.
poor people, it is showing some black people or Indian family or something like this. So it
Mm.
should not do like this. Okay, it
Yeah.
should not reflect
Mm.
bias. It should be fair enough. Okay,
Mm.
and we also when making any AI model or any AI system, it should also follow the principle of transparency. Means you should have to be provide explanation like how your AI model works, what is the AI's possibility, and what is the limitations you can do. Just like with ChatGPT, you cannot generate images, right? So that is its
Mm.
limitation. They have already provided in their blog basically, like what it can do, what it cannot do, and what you can do basically with the ChatGPT. You can generate the code with it. You can find any answer. You can write emails. You can do multiple things with ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
So there should be
Mm.
a proper documentation, just like
Mm.
with transparency. There should be a proper documentation, which also help developers debug the code. Like if there is in any error
Mm.
while you are making the AI model, if any error comes later, so there should be
Mm.
proper documentation you should have, So like later developers, if want to debug that code, they can debug easily. It should not be like
Yeah.
because AI can harm in very big way, right? If
Mm.
it goes into wrong. So you should always be transparent with your when making it. Okay. And
Mm. Yeah.
like just like I'm giving you a loan example, right? So like
Mm.
when you are suppose you are making that kind of AI which says like why the loan should be approved or not. So what
Mm.
factors that AI is considering? It should use your you should have a documentation of that, like how what factors it is considering to basically uh, making that decision if your loan is getting approved or not. Okay, it
Mm.
should provide me reasons like why my loan got rejected. I should not
Mm.
feel like because I am black, that's why my loan got rejected. They
Mm.
should give
Mm.
me, okay, I don't have a correct CIBIL score, I don't have a
Mm.
correct credit score. That's why I am
Mm.
not getting my loan is getting rejected. So
Okay.
they should explain me all the factors. There should be
Mm.
proper transparency. Okay, what factors it
Mm.
is considering? Okay, it is considering like how many property I have. It is considering my credit score. What factors it is considering? It should list all those. Okay.
Mm.
Do you have any doubts till now? Like because we have
No,
completed
no,
one page.
no.
Like, if you have any, please let me know. And if anybody is watching online later, please let me know in the comment section. I will definitely answer each and every comment. So, like, if you have any doubt related to any points we have discussed till now, please let me know. And regarding this automated, and also you should make the automated decision making process. It should get recorded. So, if any approved user, like whom you have given permission, can identify, okay, why this. Suppose if we take this loan example only, so basically, we should be able to identify, okay, why this person's loan is getting rejected. Is it because of CIBIL score, or is it because it has the less property, or is it because he's uh, like any other factor? Okay, we should,
Mm.
even though it is automated making decision, but we should be able to identify it, why it made that decision, why AI write this. It should not be like,
Yeah.
okay, AI is writing by its own and you don't know why it is writing so. If you are a developing AI, then you should be responsible for maintaining that transparency.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
yeah, so these are different example. Like it should like provide an explanation of the outcome of a credit loan explanation, which we already done. Okay. So
Mm.
basically, when you see these keywords like explanation and the
Mm.
documentation, then your mind should always go towards transparency. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
And so, like you want to, like if question asks like how you want to ensure the model meets the Microsoft transparency principle. So you will say you will enable the explain based model. Means basically same thing, explanation, but it is in the Microsoft terms. You will there will be a like section where you can enable
Mm.
the best model. Okay,
Okay.
so that way you can follow the transparency principle. Okay.
Transparency. Uh,
I hope now
Respect.
all these things will be clear. TAP FIR,
Yeah. Yeah.
transparency, accountability, privacy, fairness, inclusiveness, and reliability.
Yeah.
Do you want to take break now or you want to continue?
No need to break now.
We can continue.
Yeah.
So, and everything is clear till now.
Yes.
So next thing is you should know about five key elements of Microsoft AI. So
Uh, uh, that sheet is like little towards. Yeah. Fine.
fine.
Little more. Fine. Fine. Yeah. Mm.
How is it now?
Yes. Fine. Fine. Not this much. Yes. Fine. 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 Yeah.
If
Yes.
it is cutting, please let me know. Like if it
It
is
is not cutting now. It
earlier,
is
it
not cutting.
was it is cutting.
Ah,
What is the
some letters.
then you should told me that.
But when you explaining, it was like we can read that, we can assume what, but then it went more than that. Then I told. Mhm.
One next thing we should know about is five key elements of Microsoft AI. So these
Okay.
five keywords are ML. So means what basically what basically you can treat is like in how many categories AI has divided itself, or in general what it can do. Okay, so it can do ML work, that is machine learning. It can
Mm.
do work as a computer vision. It can do
Mm.
natural language processing. It can do work as conversational AI, and it can do anomaly detection as well. Okay.
Anomaly detection. Okay, you will explain what it is.
Yeah. Anomaly basically in English also, anomaly like any kind of disturbance or anything. You see
Mm.
anomaly like any kind of disturbance or any kind of fluctuation from the normal behavior.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
So that is rest
Anomaly
is
detection.
like a self-explanatory thing, right?
Yeah.
Computer vision means it is talking about something visually. Language processing means it is talking about to process our language and to like just audio and convert our audio into text to audio, something like this. And conversational AI, like we can have a conversation with any kind of AI in any form of. So like
Mm.
that is the different part. We will discuss all about that, but so let's discuss them in the deep. Okay. So if question somebody
Okay.
asks like, yeah,
Previously we discussed it was general principles. This one key elements.
right.
Okay.
This is the guiding principle for responsible AI. Okay.
Okay. Guiding principles of responsibility. Okay.
Now we are talking about the five key elements of Microsoft AI.
Okay. Mm.
So this anomaly detection. So if question asked, your AI system is able to identify transactions that are potentially fraudulent. Okay. So basically, how you can do it? You can do using anomaly detection. As I already told you, like there is a like fluctuation or any difference from the normal behavior. Okay. So if you
Mm.
see, okay, this is something fraud. It AI detects. Okay, there is some fraud, potentially fraud behavior. So what kind
Mm.
of AI it is? It is anomaly detection AI.
Okay.
Okay. If
Mm.
your AI is able to learn patterns that indicate a network intrusion has occurred, means your AI is basically monitoring your network. Okay, but it is
Mm.
seeing like there is a something strange coming from a particular IP. Okay,
Mm.
so from a particular computer. Okay, there is strange
Mm.
type of code is implementing. So it should detect that. If that AI is able to detect that, then that AI is anomaly detection AI.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay. Mm.
understand? If
Mm.
any AI is able to identify suspicious sign in by looking, sometimes we got pop up. Na, if we like log in from any new device on that you sign
Mm.
in from a new device, just
Mm.
sign in again and like it asks for additional details, right?
Mm.
When you sign in from a new device, it says
Yeah.
you look like an unknown pattern or not signing in from your known device, right?
I'm on device. Okay.
So that also is a part of anomaly detection AI. And
Okay.
similarly, in the field of medical also, like doctors or medical officers use it to detect the cancer and different type of diseases. Okay, this is how normal body looks like, but when AI scan
Mm.
it, okay, it see there is a different kind of structure here it is found. Okay, so that's why AI
Mm.
is able to help so many patients, cancer patients specifically in identifying the early stages of cancer. in the very
Mm.
stage 1 or stage 2, because it can detect, okay, there is something unusual growth of cells there at that part.
Mm.
Okay, you understand?
Okay.
Like
Yes.
what I like any
Yeah.
any any abnormality in our body it can detect,
Mm.
and okay, it can
Before
help.
anomaly detection AI.
Yeah, so that's why it is got its name, anomaly detection. It's a simple
Okay.
English. And taking all the values entered into a system, right? If so like if I want uh, I want my patient to just not patient. I want my user to just input the PDF file only, right?
Mm.
So what? So I want, okay, it will check, okay, what you are entering, okay, and or any kind of logic, like you want in this particular pattern, okay, this is normal path. You don't want to upload any kind of other document by user, then you can detect it.
Like
Okay.
validating.
Yeah, basically checking what values are getting entered into system, and it should not be like any kind of mm, malicious code it is uploading or anything. It should not like disrupt the anything which disrupt the normal functioning of AI model. Okay, so that
Mm.
comes
Okay.
under anomaly detection. Basically,
Okay.
any kind of fluctuation from the normal behavior will come under
Mm.
anomaly detection,
Okay.
especially related to transaction, related to potentially fraudulent, or there it will learn the patterns. Okay, okay, it will find, okay, there is a pattern, like
Mm.
there is ping at this time, like hacker is trying to corrupt your system, especially at the night. So it will detect that, okay, tell you, okay, what you can do to do that, or similarly, all these examples which we have discussed. Okay, these all come
Mm.
under anomaly detection. Next is conversational AI. So
Mm.
conversational AI basically like an automated chat which can answer our question
Mm.
using the knowledge base.
Okay.
So knowledge base is basically like an database or any kind of document where you have put all your question and answer, or any kind. Suppose this PDF also can be my knowledge base. Okay, and
Mm.
if I ask my any if I make any AI based on this document, and if I ask it what is anomaly detection, so
It should show.
it should show me all this. Okay,
Mm.
or if I should ask him what kind of AI can find the abnormal clusters of patient. Okay, so then it
Mm.
should show me this answer.
Anomaly detection. Okay.
Yeah, basically in a conversational manner. Okay,
Okay.
so like in a chat format.
Mm.
Okay. So that then this document will become my knowledge base, and on base of this knowledge base, by
Mm.
using them, it can answer all my questions.
Yeah.
So you might have seen like nowadays website uses this AI chatbots, which generally automatically answer, especially like even if you are using Zomato or anything, like they automatically interact with you and just provide answer in a manner,
Yeah. Mm.
that kind of. Uh, yeah, and this process, like to taking use of knowledge base and all. So AI is known as conversational AI, but the process of getting the response from the chatbot, okay,
Mm.
like from these knowledge bases, it is known as knowledge mine. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
so basically, just like mining, we are extracting minerals and in like normal mining, like
Mm.
metal mining, iron mining.
Yeah.
We like dig up and extract the iron ores and different minerals, right?
Yes.
Similarly, using just like we take this example of knowledge base, like this document,
Mm.
we are
Mm.
extracting data from it. Okay, so this is the question, this is the answer, or vice versa, or any kind of this. So, like when chatbot is using that process is known as knowledge mining. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And computer vision. So computer vision is like when your AI is analyzing word visually through live cameras, images, and videos, then you are
Mm.
basically making the computer vision AI. Okay.
Cameras. Okay. Main purpose is like getting images. That is.
Right.
Or
Anything related to like
video
images
also.
or yeah. So even you look
Visual.
at the self-driving cars, they are also
Mm.
utilizing computer vision, right? They constantly look at the outside environment. Okay, now there is no car or vehicle ahead of us, so we can speed up. If any car comes up, it will automatically apply the brake, right?
Mm.
Self-driving cars. So they are
Mm.
utilizing computer vision. Hey,
Okay.
you got it?
Yes, I got it.
Like they have live cameras, or if anybody is like using this images or videos to like by analyzing, just like we have Google Lens also, which analyze the images and extract the information from it. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
continue, right?
Uh, Give me 1 second. Mm. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
we were speaking of computer vision. After that, we NLP. There is a blank. What happened? Uh, NLP below computer vision NLP.
Yeah,
Right.
means that is by mistake. I it will come. Because these
Okay.
are just my personal notes. So
Uh,
so it's
um,
like nothing fancy here, but just my personal note. So I don't know
um,
at that point of time why I've written that. Maybe
okay. Okay.
I have found something keywords related to it, but later I thought it would be
Natural NLP means natural language processing.
yeah. So it is basically even I can tell you about NLP right now as well. So like
Okay.
by simple seeing this word also you can analyze. Okay, here we are talking about natural language processing. Okay,
Mm.
suppose when I tell you like okay uh, like I am hungry. Okay, suppose
Mm.
take this example. I tell
Okay.
you I am hungry. So means I
Mm.
want. Suppose I am telling an AI I am hungry. So that means
Mm.
I want a list of restaurants from it. Basically, that
Oh.
what I mean, and what kind of like food will be good for me or based on data. So it should read between the lines what actually I want. Okay,
Mm.
just like we say in day to day life, how we talk. Suppose if I say in day to day life, I tell you, okay, I am hungry. So you will tell, okay, let's go. We will eat.
Mm.
This is automatically will come in your mind. Like this is how our brain works. It process
Yeah.
natural language.
Yeah.
It should not take words literally what it is saying. Okay,
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
you understand what like simple. It you will get it once you will see that
Like
question in the
when
question.
when we say anything, it will have multiple meanings.
Right.
Okay. So it should not take by word.
Should take whatever we have said earlier and like you even if you use ChatGPT, you see like
Mm.
it take whatever you have asked ChatGPT earlier, it will
Mm.
take the context of that. Okay, this person has
Mm.
asked me. Suppose I asked ChatGPT, I asked something to it, write me a code in Python, and
Mm.
and then just tell him like make a make a list in Python or something like write sample
Mm.
Python. So it should
Mm.
not mean like it should definitely understand, okay, this person is now talking about code more. It is not asking
Mm.
about Python the snake.
Okay. Mm.
Even if I'm not telling that ChatGPT like write me Python or Python code every time. But
Mm.
whenever now I write Python, it will
Mm.
automatically show me code. It will
Oh,
it now is smart enough. Okay, this person is more related to coding stuff. It is not
mm,
asking for the Python, the image or something, because now we have like multiple meanings of same word, right? It
yeah,
should able to get your context. Okay, in what
yeah,
manner you are asking and what you are saying. Okay,
yeah.
so basically, process that natural language
Mm,
and answer you also in the natural language. You remember like when before ChatGPT, like ChatGPT answer in more a human way, right? Your answer.
mm,
But before
yeah.
ChatGPT, when we have like software chatbots, like where
Mm,
we write the code, it will ask you in a very like programmatic way. Okay,
mm,
go to this, go to that, but not in a very human like. But ChatGPT answer in a more humanistic manner. It can
mm, mm,
also give responses in a very like a very more now as it is improving model by model, it is becoming more realistic in responses,
mm.
more human. So that is the part of natural language process.
Computer vision we finished, right? Computer
Yeah, it
vision,
is
like
basically anything you want to analyze visually.
images,
Yeah,
videos,
yeah.
visual, visual. Okay,
Then it has to do with the computer vision. If you want to do
okay.
anything with the language part, then you have to go
Mm.
with the natural language
Natural
processing.
language processing. Mm.
Okay. So in this computer vision also, like there will be multiple categories and there will be subcategories, right? If you are just like, if you have to tell like your AI system will be able to classify images based on their content. So what you are doing image classification.
Okay, okay,
This is very
understood.
clear, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there would be car images, there would be a bike images. So
Mm-hmm.
that AI which is
Classify,
doing it. So what
classify,
it is doing classification, correct?
classification. Okay, understood. Yeah.
Uh, If it is regarding text documents, then it is text classification. Same as image classification.
Class.
Here it is text classification. We have defined predefined topics. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose I am saying like an AI. Okay, I provide this document to AI and telling like put into. So this is for AI 900, right? This document,
Mm.
but I
Yeah.
have like multiple cheat sheets for different certification. So I
Yeah.
want to segregate. Okay, put all these documents, made two categories, like one for the AWS, one for the Azure, and I am telling
Mm.
like put all these documents into their respective categories. So all these AI 900, AZ 900 examination will go automatically into the Azure category, and all
Mm.
the documents related to AWS, like is AWS Solution Architect or AWS Developer, will come into AWS category. Okay,
Yeah.
so simple, like it is very clear by if you even read
Yes.
this.
Yes. Yeah. Text classification. Yes.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah. Then there is a text analytics service.
Mm.
So let me tell you about this document. So this has more than enough, like whatever I am telling you, it has
Mm.
more than enough information. So
Mm.
even like some services has been like retired now. Like earlier
Mm.
it was there in the Microsoft Azure, but now it
Mm.
is not there in Microsoft Azure.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, but it's still
Yeah.
there are chances that it will come into exam. So that's why I included into a cert. But it you won't be able to see all these services on the Azure portal. Okay, because now
Mm.
they have like they have dismantled them. Now, they have like removed it from the portal. But in exam it can come because exam has like around it takes time to update, right? Exam
Mm.
questions and all.
Okay.
So I
Mm.
don't want to take any risk. That's why I included the old services and everything, which has
Mm.
like basically come in any time of exam or generally in the practice questions you will see, or in old AI 900 exam, which the users tell us.
Mm.
So that's why.
Yeah.
So like you might say like if you want to determine whether a review is positive or negative, like you go to Amazon, right? And you will
Mm.
see like user posted some review and you can filter them out using this is a negative review, this is a positive review, this is a 1 star review, and you filter it out using multiple categories, right?
Mm.
So how like Amazon will identify using, because they are using text analytics service, which
Mm.
like read all those words. Okay,
Mm.
okay.
Then
So
it will
suppose,
analyze the negative or false.
right, right. If I'm saying, okay, the this screen, suppose I purchase a mobile and I say, okay, this screen quality is not good, and the it is making unnecessary noise or something like this. So it will automatically identify this is a critical review. So we will put them into a critical. This is a negative review, basically means.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
and it can do sentiment analysis. Okay, like what is the sentiment behind whatever I'm uh, in the behind that text which I'm providing
Mm.
to this service. Okay,
Mm.
you understand what is sentiment,
Yes.
like what is the basic
Yes.
feeling, main meaning
Behind,
behind that text.
behind that sentence. Okay. Behind the reviews, what
Yeah,
a customer feels satisfaction or dissatisfaction.
and
Understood.
topic detection. Okay, what topic I am talking about in that text, that will also do by text analytics service. What language I am talking in, that also part of this. Key phrase extraction and
Mm.
document categorization. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
If I have provided one example, like if you are predicting the sentiment of a social media post, so
Mm.
you can use text analytics service.
Okay.
So you have, if you are analyzing new document, a text document, then
Mm.
this text analytics service will help you. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the language part, there is Azure AI language service now, which have these sub services. Okay,
Okay.
this is named entity recognition, language detection, and these also are very clear by its name.
This is different the AI service in Azure. Is it like that? A Azure AI language service.
This is a, like a category of Azure AI language service.
Okay.
Like
Uh,
there is
uh,
category, like there is one for the vision, one for the
mm,
language, one for
mm,
the conversational part, and one for the
mm.
like we have talked about these key elements, right?
Yes.
So these are the like part,
These are
and
the key elements.
yeah, and in so this is the just a category of it, how Azure handle it.
Okay.
So
Mm,
language part is handled under Azure AI language service, which has
mm,
like these separate services in its category,
okay.
in its umbrella basically.
Mm,
So named entity recognition and language detection, entity linking, personal identify information detection, sentiment analysis and opinion mining, summarization, and key phrase extraction. So these
mm,
things it can do using its language service, and so basically if you are doing anything related to text mostly, then it will
mm.
be able to do all these things.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
So we talked about this language. We talk about all these things in detail now. So language detection feature, what it do? It detect the what is the text language. Okay,
mm.
it is a part of it, and it basically gives you a confidence score.
Can you
Yeah, I
move
can
the
give you an
screen?
example. Yeah.
Okay.
So suppose this, so I will provide any text to this service, this feature,
Mm,
okay,
mm,
and asking him like what kind of language is this. So it will
mm,
give me result in a manner like
mm,
it will show English one. Okay, if it shows like English one, that means
mm,
it is 100. That AI is 100% sure this is a text in English.
mm.
But if AI shows like me, it is 0.95%, 0.9, still it means it is more probably it is an English language. But
Okay.
if it asking, okay, is this as a Hindi language? This text is in Hindi. So if
Mm,
it is showing, it will give me result like zero.
yeah.
Okay, you understand like
Mm.
how the and that result is known as confidence score.
Confidence score. Okay.
Understand now?
Yes, yes.
And it will always be between 0 to 1 only.
Okay.
Okay. And these
mm,
three things you should know. Like if it is giving you a result NaN, that means like AI is not able to identify anything. So it is giving you
okay,
unknown result. If it is giving
okay,
zero, that means it is 100% sure it is not language with what you are asking. And if it is giving one, then it is 100% sure it is English or whatever language you have asked. Okay. It have
okay,
detected correctly.
yeah,
And next is key phrase extraction. So basically, you provided any sentence, so it
mm,
will take the key phrase out of it. Okay, what is the main thing you want to ask from that?
mm,
Suppose, uh, like, say, uh, so like, if I'm saying, switch the light off. Okay,
mm,
so the
yeah,
main thing is here. Main terms which it identify is lights and off. That's it,
yeah,
right? So these are the
yeah,
key phrases. And basically, like in any document, okay, what are the key phrases? So okay, this is the key phrase here, confidence score. Okay, in this whole text, the main key phrase, what here we are talking mostly about, confidence score. So this will
mm,
become my key phrase in this text, correct?
yeah, mm,
So that AI should be able to extract it. So if anybody asks
mm,
about what is confidence score, so it should show me this text. Okay.
mm, yeah,
Basically identify all those main concepts and all. So that will come under key phrase extraction. Basically extract those phrases.
mm,
And next is named entity recognition, which is also known as NER. So this is basically uh, like identify any name agent. Suppose I am talking about uh, I am uh, like I am going to Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal is a very known entity, right?
yeah,
So like it should identify all the important phases, important entities in that sentence. Here it is asking
mm,
for the important concepts, but here it is able to identify and categorize into, okay, this guy is talking about traveling something. So if I am writing any blog, suppose I write any blog, okay, and
mm,
let's take example of YouTube. Okay,
mm,
so YouTube in my video, if I add any in the description, I add like Taj Mahal or Agra, so it will categorize all those videos differently. Okay, because
mm,
personally, generally search more about this Taj Mahal or anything very important like a Statue of Liberty or
mm,
any popular place. Okay, or any popular date or any kind of popular organization, just like we can talk about Infosys, Accenture. So it should be able to categorize it and all the things related to Infosys, it will show me, right? YouTube show me when
mm,
I ask for Infosys, it show me a particular result. Very because it extract it was able to it knows okay Infosys is a very big thing, right? It is something
mm,
in the real world. It is a
yeah,
named entity, so
yeah,
it should be able to recognize them. Anything,
yeah,
any important person, just like I talk about Bill Gates. So Bill Gates is
mm,
not like a normal person, right? It is a
mm,
famous person, so it should be able to extract it.
mm,
Okay,
yeah,
and it should also include the and if it includes the entity linking functionality, and means if you want your AI to entity linking function, you know about it, like entity linking functionality.
no,
So I can give you an example where I can go. Here I opened a website of AWS
Mm,
and
mm.
just to show you an example. Okay. So you
Okay.
see, mm, so you can see here it is already been linked AWS Lambda and
Mm,
AWS Event Bridge, Amazon SNS, everything is linked. So you see, whenever they write any service name, it will
mm,
automatically link to that service page. So when I click to
mm,
this, it will take me to the Lambda page.
mm.
Okay,
Okay.
you got it. They will
Yes, got
automatically
it.
link it to like
Okay.
when any just like when Sindhu Pillai has write this blog, he does not have to like provide and attach a link to every time, right?
Mm.
AI will do that. AI will
Okay.
automatically link it to the any important thing.
Entity.
So here
Any.
it will take me to the Lambda page. Okay.
Yeah, understood.
So any famous thing, okay, cloud formation, Terraform. So it will take me to their particular website automatically.
Yeah.
Important topic, it will see in the your blog or anything, any text, basically because this is a language service. So it will
Mm.
identify it and it will also include this functionality of entity linking functionality. Okay, which
Mm.
returns
Yeah.
the links to the external website. Okay.
Mm. Understood. Yeah, I got it.
If you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay?
Mm. Yeah. Sure.
Thing is sentiment analysis. We already talked about it. Like what is sentiment? Basically, we means we know a feeling about it. Like if this you want to analyze the feeling behind the text, then you have to do sentiment analysis. Correct.
Yeah.
So what it will do, it will analyze the text and determine the user intent. Means like what basically user want.
Mm.
Basically, it capture the sentiment of it, and it will return the sentiment score, which is also
Mm.
0 to 1. So you see, like these keywords in language detection, it
Confidence.
is
Confidence.
confidence score, and when it is
Zero one
talking about
N.
yeah, it was also 0 to 1, and this is also 0 to 1.
Yeah. And it has N here. N also. It is it N or no? Only 0 to 1.
Yeah, it is like nothing. It will give you a result from 0 to 1. Okay.
Okay.
So just we take example of we want to identify whether a review is positive or negative, right? Which we have already
Oh,
talked about it earlier. Like
yeah.
here the sentiment of the policy, like doing sentiment analysis
Yeah.
in the text analytics service. Okay. So uh, that is the part of the sentiment analysis. So it will remember, but one thing which you should remember is like this only give you result in the form of positive or negative, right?
Mm.
So that means if I am asking whether a review is positive or negative, so it will, if it is giving me 0, that means it is a negative sentiment. And if it is giving me a positive it is giving me result as 1, then it means it is a positive sentiment. But
Mm.
that does not mean that I am happy.
Yeah.
Okay? And negative also does not mean sad or bad or unhappy,
Yeah.
because that can also happen. Like if I set my AI, tell me uh, what you can say. Suppose like uh, mm, for a customer support, right?
Mm.
If like I'm a part of a customer support, I am a customer support manager, so I want
Mm.
my AI to identify those cases where that AI is basically give me priority. Okay, this customer is very angry, means he is typing he is raised a case where he typed some, we generally ask for a description before raising a case, right? So, like for me, that is a
Mm.
positive sentiment. Like I want that in the priority stage, right? When
Mm.
any user is talking in a very angry manner or anything in a like
Mm.
very harsh language it is utilizing. So I want to
Mm.
take that as a priority, right? So
Yeah.
for me that will become a positive sentiment.
Not happy. Uh,
It, they are
but
not
in perspective of customer, like it is positive sentiment means like they will get response
so
soon. That
so
is.
so that why I want to tell you that here positive does not always mean that it is a like a good review or happy review, because for that customer service support manager, like bad
Mm.
reviews it want to take on priority. So
Okay.
it want to give it as a high sentiment score. For him the sentiment is mostly about angry sentiment. So for
Okay.
him it is a like it is matching with this review is matching with this angry sentiment. Yes, it is matching. So it is a positive result, right?
Mm. Okay.
For
In this way.
yeah, in
Yeah.
this way. For
Mm.
him, the like whatever he was expecting, and if it is matching to that, then it will
Mm.
become a positive sentiment for me. That's why I'm saying
Mm.
it is does not always mean happy. And you should
Yeah.
always use this technical term like positive sentiment. So they will ask a question like this also in exam. Okay, you are using
Mm.
sentiment analysis service. So and
Mm.
it give result as one. So what kind of sentiment
Mm.
is? It is a positive sentiment. It is a happy sentiment. It is a good sentiment. It is a best sentiment. How it is? So technique
Mm.
means like if you look at literally, they are all are meaning the same thing, but the right answer will
Mm.
be positive sentiment. You understand my point?
Okay.
Even the
Yeah.
best sentiment will not be.
Stop. Can you move this slide little towards? Yeah, yeah, fine. Little, or not this much, very little. Mm. Fine, fine. Yeah. This is another slide. This is, yeah. Mm.
So this way you can predict the sentiment of like
Social, yeah.
this way AI do the sentiment analysis and provide us the
Mm.
result using between 0 to 1. Okay.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
you should remember these terms sentiment score. And when you
Mm.
want to identify the sentiment or basically intent behind the user, what he is saying in the text. So remember,
Mm.
over these surveys, we are talking now key facts extraction or named entity. These are applied only for the language part, that is text part.
That is text, but this is like,
Yeah. So don't
uh,
confuse like if any like question is like if that face is happy or not, and you are saying I will use sentiment analysis, then it will not work.
oh, okay, okay, yeah.
So they will
Um,
trick you. They will trick you in exam. So don't try to get confused. There is a different service for that,
oh, okay, okay. So, like that confidence score was related to
like a language detection part. So
language.
it is also part
Okay,
of the Azure AI language.
okay. That is only like zero and one, like according to the reviews, how it is giving like that only. This is like sentimental. Sentimental means like according to the customer's feeling, they will take priority. Like if it is customer is very angry, then that it is
That is
like
just an
positive.
example. That is just an example, but it can just a review example. If anybody wants,
Okay.
like, I want the happy, I want to treat happy customer on the priority, then it will take okay
Then I
for
can tell
me.
that is positive element.
Yes, or
Okay,
whatever
feeling
ways.
should be high.
What?
Feelings should be high, like happy or angry, like that,
The feeling
like
does
that.
not matter here because this is basically a review. This is basically an AI only. So for him to identify feeling will not be like it will no won't be identified there, but it can identify okay this is matching with this uh, condition or not. This is looking so when we make AI, so we give them 100 types of example. Okay, this is how a happy review looks like. This is how this
Mm,
happy review looks like hundreds of those
mm,
example. And same for the
mm,
hundreds of example of negative reviews as well. So okay,
mm,
so now it
mm.
will know okay this is a negative sentiment and this is a positive sentiment. So how close it will make the use if new user put in review. Okay. So how close it will match to those reviews. Okay. If it is
Mm.
matching more with the negative reviews, then it will
Mm.
consider okay, this is a negative sentiment. It will mark a
Okay.
zero. And if it is more matching with the positive sentiment reviews, which we give in the example, so that
Yeah.
process
Right.
is known as training process. Basically, we are training AI. When we
Okay.
train AI, basically
Mm.
when we make an AI, we have to train it. Just like a
Yeah.
child, we have to train it. Similarly, we
Mm.
have to AI, we have to train. We will talk about
Mm.
it later. Like,
Okay. Fine.
so similarly,
Mm.
like we already talked, like we can identify the sentiment of a social media post or user review. So this all you can do using sentiment analysis service or feature
Mm.
of the Azure AI language service.
Mm.
Then, if you want to create knowledge base from the document with frequent asked questions and typical answers, right? That what we talk about. There is a document, and we want to like extract like question and answers. Basically, all
Mm.
question and answers only. Not doing
Yeah.
anything
Estate
from that.
focus.
Only question and answer.
Okay.
With the previous service we talk about knowledge mining, so it does not always go with the question and answer only. You can ask anything, like simple, okay, what like you can do calculations also with that. Okay, I want
Mm.
to suppose there are some values, I want to add those values, do something with those, so that also I can do it. But with
Mm.
Q&A maker service, I can ask only question and like typical, just like we have typical chatbots, right? Typical
Mm.
question and answer Q&A. That's only.
Yeah.
So from that document, it will make that question and answer based on that. You
Mm.
will see, you have must have seen those FAQ pages, right?
Yeah. FAQ pages. Yeah.
So they are generally nowadays make using this Q&A maker service. However,
Mm.
now Azure is not utilizing this service. As I told you, like there are many services here. I especially
Mm.
mentioned previously, but there are many
Mm.
services which they have like they are not utilizing right now. But still, they can come into exam. That's why I put it. Okay.
Okay.
So now they have this called question and answer feature, which is a part of Azure and Azure AI language service. Okay.
Okay.
Earlier they have a separate service, but now they
Mm.
have it. They make it under the umbrella of Azure AI language service.
Mm.
Okay. So it can host your language knowledge base. Means you
Mm.
can put your document or whatever like a database you want to utilize, you can put it there. So it can
Mm.
support data from the URL. Okay. So
Mm.
means I can provide the URL. Okay, this is suppose I can provide a blog name, blog URL. Okay, that AWS blog
Mm.
URL. So my
Mm.
AWS my AI will be read those blog and make question
Mm.
and answer out of it. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
It
It
can
will
take,
automatically generate FAQ.
yeah, it can take, you can provide a web page also, you can provide a PDF also, you can provide doc as well,
Mm.
Excel as well, text file as well, or you can
Mm.
manually enter the data as well. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you can also use chit chat feature, means like just like we do chatting, you can
Mm.
add new questions manually also using that I want to like add an, you can write I want to add a new question which is this
Mm.
and has answer like this way also you
Mm.
can add a new question to knowledge base using this question and answer feature. Okay.
Okay.
And but one thing you need to remember, it does not support data from the Azure SQL DB or in the XML format.
This question and answers.
Yeah, it means you provide the Azure SQL DB URL, okay, and telling him, okay, make question and answer out of it. So it will not do that.
Okay, directly from the content, like we are giving that PDF,
Yeah, from
uh,
that it can do,
manual,
but from Azure
not from
SQL
the
database,
database.
yeah, Azure SQL database or anything in the XML format.
Okay.
And also you cannot directly use an image or audio file to like basically import a knowledge base. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
Basically a language feature only. You understand
Mm.
why it
Okay.
is part of like Azure AI language service.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it
Basically it
is
is,
based on text.
yeah, text. Correct.
Mm.
Again, another service is Azure bot service. So
Mm.
it can do conversation with the customers. It can access knowledge base, but remember it cannot create. Like
Mm.
it can access those knowledge bases and answer it. But
Mm.
if you want you utilize Azure bot service, okay, let me I want to add a new question, so it will not do that.
Mm.
You got my point?
Uh, then how it will create? Okay, to just chat with the customers only.
Correct, correct. Just like any end user you are talking about. You don't want to like him to add any new question or answer, right? It will it will make a malfunction in your system, right?
Then like how it would work?
Suppose,
Convert.
yeah. Suppose you have a customer, right? You
Mm.
you have your website. Okay, let's take this example. You have
Okay.
customer,
Okay.
and you have
Mm.
attached a bot there using this Azure bot service. Okay, so they
Okay.
can
Mm.
connect with the customer. Okay, but I don't want. So it is asking question, when will I get my payment? So from I have
Mm.
already provided him a PDF in the using the
Mm.
knowledge base section, and it is
Mm.
answering me using that. Okay,
Mm.
but I don't want him to add any new question, right?
Mm.
End customer, I don't want to create any new question or knowledge base, right? Any customer,
Yeah.
you don't want like he should be able to add okay, if anybody asks what is my, when will I get my payment, you should answer
Mm.
like you will get immediately. You don't want any customer to do that, right?
Yeah. Mm.
So it can access the knowledge base which you have provided as a developer. But
Mm.
this is a customer facing service mostly utilized in that manner. So it cannot
Mm.
create a new one.
Okay. Already created that one. From that, it will answer like that.
Right, right. If you want to add something to knowledge base, you know you can use this Q&A feature, right?
Yeah.
This is for
Mm.
us developers, right? You can provide
Okay.
it or
This is for customers.
mostly in that manner, but you should remember this thing that you cannot access knowledge base. You can access the knowledge base because it has to answer the question, right, of the customers,
Mm.
this bot service. So it has to access the knowledge base, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Because where is
But
over the,
it cannot create new like barcode service.
because
Okay. Yeah.
in this document you can see this document, you can read from this, like whatever this
Mm.
PDF I am showing to you, but you
Mm.
can, I don't want you to add anything here,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
for for you it is like a kind of Azure bot service. Okay,
Okay.
so you can integrate with the Teams, Slack, Azure Cognitive Services, and etc. Okay,
Okay.
so like if anybody has asking something using Azure bot service, you must might have already used some bots on the Teams, right? Have you used any
Uh,
bot with the Teams?
yes, the barcode. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so that also utilizing Azure bot service, because Microsoft Teams is part of like Azure only, na? Like
Okay.
Microsoft, and Azure also owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So most probably they will be utilizing this bot service only to answer your queries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And this also question can come up: what is the business benefit of using these bots to provide automated answer? So basically, it reduces the workload for the customer service agents, right? Because sometimes
Mm.
customers can ask very simple question. Okay, how can
Yeah.
I go to this page? I am not able to see this, which are very frequently you know what kind of answer you have to give. So like web chatbots can reduce that task, reduce that
Yeah.
workload for you. Okay.
Mm.
Then there is a like if you want to understand voice or text command, then you have to utilize language understanding intelligence service. This is also now dismantled by Azure. Okay.
Okay. Okay. There was no option for voice. Uh, voice. I think voice
Yes.
and
Yeah.
yeah. This
Now
is
intelligence.
language understanding intelligence. Is okay. Mm. Okay.
So it has like three key elements for the training,
Mm.
language model training: entities, intent, and utterance.
Okay.
Okay. So just like I give you an example of the turn the light on, right?
Mm.
So in there, uh,
Right.
light is the entity, correct?
Okay. Mm. Yeah.
You remember this is the old service, but new service you remember named entity or key phase extraction.
Key. Key. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it is doing same thing now, but it is now come under different name and different category. But basically,
Like.
we want to fetch out the where is the focus of that whatever user has said.
Mm.
Okay, so and the
Mm.
user input is known as utterance. Whatever
Uh.
suppose user has provided the input, turn the light on. So this whole
Mm.
sentence to this our model, it is known as utterance. And in
Okay.
this,
If they give any other examples like anything anything we are giving that we are telling utterance.
right, any input, basically user input.
Okay. User input. Okay. Fine. Mm.
Yeah, you can say
Mm.
users input that our model need to interpret. Okay,
Okay.
so that is utterance,
Mm.
and inside
Mm.
it, the main thing, the focus, which should focus word, it is known
Mm.
as entity. That
Okay.
here it is light. Okay, so it has to do the task with the light. Something it has to do with the light, and what it has to do with the light, it has to turn on.
Turn on.
So
Mm.
this is the intent. This is the intent of the user, right? This is the sentiment of the user.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
This like this is the older service, but it can also
Mostly the
come.
verb. Mostly the verb.
Yeah, but you should
Okay.
know like any action or task which user want, it is known as intent, and
Okay.
he like the focus word is it is the entities, and
And
the whole user input it is known as
user input.
yeah
Utterances.
utterances. And
Yeah.
if you want to convert your text or speech from one language to another, then you can use translation in natural language processing on Azure. Okay.
Translation. Okay. Mm.
And if you want to do space synthesis, so this is very important question. This has come to mind part also.
Okay. Speech
So
synthesis.
yeah. So if they ask like what is a space synthesis, so your
Mm.
mind will confuse you. Okay, it will do speech to text or text to speech. So remember
Yeah,
this.
I got confused when I read
So
that.
it will convert text to speech. Okay, and it will be
Okay.
utilized by using text to speech API, which is a part of Azure AI speech services. Okay, so earlier
Oh,
we were talking about language services. Now we come to the speech services, like voice
okay.
related services,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So just keep remember this is because this has come to me like in my
Okay.
main exam. Like what is speech
Okay.
synthesis? It is text to speech.
Text to speech. Text to speech. Understood.
And if you
we
translate
need
speech,
to we need to memorize the keywords, right?
yeah, these this whole video, like if you want to, I suggest you watch this video at least 2 3 times.
Multiple times.
Yeah,
Mm.
and just pause it, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do with this, do
Mm.
it, and just
Mm.
learn it. Learn these keywords. These all are the very important keywords. I don't put like many keywords into it, but just the
Mm.
main keywords. So you will be it
Mm.
will be easy for you to remember as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to
Mm.
translate speech into one language to text in another, then you have to
Mm.
use speech to text service. Okay.
Speech to text. Okay.
And same thing, speech to text means you are transcribing audio into
Mm.
text, and that audio can also come from the video files as well.
Yeah.
And also, when we do meeting, we have closed caption, we watch videos, subtitles are there for live presentation. So that all
Mm.
has been done to using speech to
Speech
text.
to.
Okay.
Okay. Mm.
Then we have this universal language model used by the speech to text or speech to text API, which we have talked here. So what
Mm.
it is basically used for, means what it is basically optimized for, to have a conversational and dictation scenarios. Okay. So there is a
Example.
specific, yeah, I will give. So there is a
Mm.
specific model, universal language model,
Mm.
okay, which is used by this API, speech to text. So this is
Okay.
specifically optimized for these scenarios. Okay, when you have a like conversational or dictation or acoustic language or pronunciation scenarios, and which requires developing your own model. Okay, so
Mm.
let me give an example. Suppose I want to develop any type of AI which is
Mm.
like specifically for the Indian audience. Like we speak English in a different accent compared to any
Mm.
person in the Britain who is speaking English also. So there is
Yeah.
a like dictation differentiation, pronunciation differentiation. But I want to create specifically for the Indian audience. Okay. So
Yeah.
for that purpose, I can utilize this speech to text API, and in
Mm.
that I can utilize this universal language model, which will give me an option to specifically design my AI or specifically utilize my application for the Indian audience also. Okay.
Okay. Speech to text means like they're converting to text, right?
Yes.
So why need of this accent?
So like if I am saying uh, like in a very Indian accent, are you there? So it should be able to understand now. Okay, he is
Mm.
saying, are you there? And
Okay.
maybe any British person will say in a different manner, are you there? Or maybe like I don't want to like sound
Different.
like making fun of it, but you
Yeah.
understand why it is necessary.
Yeah. Mm. Okay.
And like we have a different tone also. Like
Mm.
when we are happy, we talk in a different manner. But any other
Mm.
person is happy, he talks in a different manner,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So there will
Mm.
be like region to region or country to country, there will be a different way
Different tone.
to process it to from speech to text. Okay.
Okay.
Then there is the AI translator service, which
Mm.
basically using this service you can create and customize language models uh, like for a specific industry. Like I want to utilize this for the financial domain. Like I want to make an app which can translate, which can work as a translate, but for my company only. Okay, there are certain terms which I don't want to provide any external service. Like this
Mm.
is a AWS Azure service, right?
Mm.
Speech to text. But this
Mm.
translator will help me to make my own language model, which is specifically for me and me only, right?
Okay. Mm.
So there are specific terminologies I don't want to go out in public, or I don't want that text to speech will utilize it. Okay,
Mm.
so
Okay.
for that I like, and also I want it for the financial domain only because I work for the financial clients only. Okay, for a
Mm.
specific industry, or for the
Mm.
software industry, or for the oil industry, food industry, or any type of industry, you can
Mm.
make language models or AI models using this AI translator service. Okay,
Okay.
and this support text to text translation in more than 60 languages, and this AI translator will translate the text only, not a speech. Okay,
Okay. Mm. Translator. Okay.
And if you want to translate speech, then you have to utilize this speech translation feature of Azure AI speech services.
Mm.
So, like we
Mm.
have till now discussed about language services, speech services,
Mm.
responsible AI guiding principles of
Mm.
it, key elements of
Yeah.
it, and some more
Mm.
services as well. So,
Mm.
we have covered till speech services, and we have
Yeah.
talked about like
Computer vision we will start from tomorrow.
yeah. So
Computer
from
vision.
next video, we will start doing other services and other parts of AI 900.
Mm.
So that's all in this video. I hope you get a value from this video, um,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
and it will be beneficial for you. And I'm 100% sure like it will add a value when you are giving that exam AI 900. It will definitely
Mm.
going to help you. And if
Mm.
you rewatch this video and like watch this video clearly and maybe take a screenshot of it, pause it, and take a screenshot of those and read it, make your own notes. And even if you go to any external website or do practice
Mm. Mm.
of the question, then you will be able to use it. Even you
Yeah.
can go to my website, uh,
Mm.
like you are able to see the question, my website.
Yeah.
So I recently started uploading the AI 900 question. So this
Mm.
micro, if you go to this section, so
Mm.
you will find a very similar question. So just like we have already learned about it. So if it is asking like you are designing an AI system that empowers everyone, including people who have hearing, visual, other impairments. This is an example of which Microsoft guiding principle. So
Okay.
you will get question like this. So what would be
Mm.
the options which you shall?
Inclusiveness.
Sure.
One second. Can you just move left? Left, right. More, more, more visible. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Visible.
So mostly people will see, okay, this is also accountability that we should include everyone. This is
Mm.
also fair also to include everyone.
Mm.
This is also
Mm.
come as a inclusiveness also because we need to include
Mm.
everyone.
Mm.
So you might get confused at that point of time. But if you have like read whatever I'm saying, then it will
Mm.
be really helpful for you. I have included
Mm.
all the keywords which they utilize in the real exam.
Yeah.
So what would be the answer if we want to empower
I think
everyone?
inclusiveness.
Mhm. That is correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. And
Yeah. Because that out like a people like hearing, visual, other things. It will be like under inclusiveness. Fairness was like color, black
correct.
people or like
Yeah,
that
right.
thing.
It should not
It's from that
reflect to any
perspective.
biases. Here it is talking about
Uh,
empowerment, and there it is talking about biasness.
uh, yeah.
Means the main difference between inclusiveness and fairness is like
Mm.
fairness is talking about discrimination, like the
Mm.
existing. But even I can make a system which will be fair to everybody, but it may not be like helpful to everybody, right? But
Mm.
I want to make AI in such a manner that it can be utilized by everybody.
Mm.
Okay. So there is a
Yeah.
very little difference, but if you understand it correctly, it is talking about empowerment, and that one is talking about biasness.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
It is talking about empowering everyone, and that is to
Okay.
not bias
Inclusiveness.
anybody. Right.
Okay.
This computer vision, we haven't talked about it, so we
Mm.
will leave it. Yeah. So the handling of unusual or missing values provided to an AI system is a consideration of Microsoft Dash principle for responsible AI. So what principle it is?
Missing values provided to an AI system.
you are handling those unusual values or missing values, which is provided to your AI system. So, like, what principle is that basically?
Missing, missing will come like not
Want to
inclusiveness,
you want to handle the unusual and the missing values, like how yeah, inclusiveness is not there. Okay,
not inclusiveness. Privacy and security, not that. Then reliability and safety. Reliability and safety. Yeah.
mostly people will get confused into these two only, privacy and security, and they will see. Then when
Mm,
you are in exam, you will see both are looking very similar.
yeah. But it looks like reliability and reliability.
Because so
Mm,
that is also correct, like as we already
mm,
talked about it, that
yeah.
these it should work as originally designed, and it should
Mm,
respond to any unusual condition, and it should resist any harmful manipulation, right? So
mm,
any unusual behavior we are talking about, then it is always come under reliability and safety. We talked about, right, unanticipated condition and unexpected condition, right?
mm,
So any
yeah.
unusual behavior will come under this reliability and safety. Which of the service you will use to translate speech in one language to another?
Uh, translate speech to another means uh,
Like you are talking something and you want to
translate.
in one language, just like I am talking in Hindi. Suppose I am talking in Hindi. I want to convert into text, but in English.
Okay, that is we can use translate API, right?
And in speech to text, we cannot do it. Speech to text also doing the same. Na? It is converting speech to text.
Yeah,
Don't
same. Yeah.
I am just confusing. So you see like what like questions you will get, like what kind of question you
Yeah, yeah. I am getting confused. Like, but I thought translate API, but translate will translate
so I clearly told here you can translate speech in one
speech in one
language.
language to text in another. This is
And when I talked about translator, I told it can translate text only.
okay, okay, okay. Then
That's why I told.
translator translate means only text. Speech like we can translate speech in one language to text. Okay.
Let's continue with the computer vision services. As we have already discussed in the previous video, like Microsoft AI considered 5 key elements: machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, conversational AI, and anomaly detection. Out of which these three we have already talked. Yes, like if we have talked little much about them, then only that is very important for the examination point of view, because this video is specifically related to Azure AI certification. So now only two elements are remaining. So in computer vision category, Azure services divided into like four major categories, like computer vision itself, the main service. Then there is a custom vision service, which basically helps you to build your own models of identifying and analyzing the world. As we already discussed in the previous video, what is computer vision? It is basically the analyzing the word through live cameras, images, and videos. Basically, analyzing word visually. That's the main part of computer vision. So, if you want to do it like you want to utilize your own data, you want to utilize your own models, then we will going to take help of custom vision. And another is face service, because as a part of when you are analyzing something visually, then face plays an important role to identify the face, to detect anything, to like match similarity between them. We are going to discuss all of them, but it is also an important part of AI services. So that is the third category. And another one is form recognizer.
which basically means scanning documents and doing stuff visual by like scanning the document and identifying the handwriting, identifying the language and different things. So anything related to documents we are going to do using form recognizer. So let's first discuss about custom vision. So as I already told, custom vision will help you to create your own custom computer vision model, right? To make your own object detection model. Basically, as I already told, we want to analyze word through our lens. If you want to build your own model, you want to utilize your own data, you want to train your model with your own data, then you are going to utilize custom vision. But make sure this is just an part of image recognition only. So this will help you to build your build, deploy and everything, improve your image identifier models only. Just remember this. This can be pointed out in exam as well. Okay. And as I already told, you need to provide your own data to train the model. That's why it will become a custom vision model or custom vision services. That's the main point of utilizing it. So let's take one example. So it will also help you to process images from retail store and identifying the products of competitor using custom model. Basically, if you are a retail stale owner, so you can identify, okay, which product is basically selling it more and more from your retail store, and you can easily identify using AI, custom AI model, because like every retail store has a different items in it. So you have to customize with your own data. Okay, this is currently in your warehouse or this is currently in your retail store. And if you put item into that category, so later you can analyze based on that and you can identify, okay, this like Coca-Cola is selling more compared to Pepsi, and different things you can do. It will make your things very easy. So then you need, if you need to utilize your own data, then basically custom vision come into picture. Next thing, like there are two things which you need to remember when you are working with the custom vision. One is basically like the classification type, which you have to choose when you are building the classifier type model. So first is the multi-label. Means if you want to like there will be the two classification types available when you are choose to build and classifier, build and model using computer vision. First is the multi-label classification type. Means you will choose this when you want to apply multiple tags per image. Okay, tags means like just like a banana is there. Okay, so that can be categorized into like it is a banana as well, it is a yellow color fruit as well, it is a fruit as well. So it can be like you want to apply multiple tag to that single image. Okay, but if you want to apply a single tag per image, you want to categorize in that manner, like you don't want your retail store is not that much big, like it's just a fruit store, it does not have fruits, vegetable and multiple tags. You want to classify based on a single tag, then you have to choose multi-class. Okay, so this is the concept of multi-label versus multi-class. And another thing which you need to choose, and it is a mandatory field when you are building the object detector, it is to specify the domain. So what is a domain? So if you like, you can understand from this page, I will provide the link in the description. So there are multiple domains available on Azure portal. So you have to choose a domain, like if it's a general domain, like if you are not sure what domain to choose, or it consists of like apart from all these like retail, landmark, food, general A2 category, like it is basically optimize. Let's first discuss about general A1, so it will be better for you to understand general A2. So nowadays, mostly if you are choosing any general category, especially when building custom, sometime it is got mixed up of like many domains. No, it does not belong to food or landmarks or retail and other compact domains. So then you will choose general, and then for the like a better accuracy compared to this general domain, you will choose this general A1, which will have will train your model very fast compared to like general domain, and also with the better in less time also. Okay, and it can also handle the larger data set and more difficult scenarios. Okay, but it will require more training time. Okay, so time will be taken more, but it can be used for if you have large data set and more difficult user scenario. And general A2, it is for more better accuracy than A1 and the normal general domain as well. And it is also requiring less training time compared to both of them, general and general A1. So you can read more about it, but it does not come like in exam. Just you need to remember, okay, food, landmark, these categories are there. Even that will also, there are less chances to come in exam. You just need to know, okay, what you need to specify. You need to specify domain when you are choosing, and it is a mandatory field. That is very important. And also you need to choose a classification type, which are these two types you need to remember about. So in the previous video, we have talked about Azure Custom Vision Service category, and now we are going to talk about like how we are going to handle computer vision category. Basically, in custom vision, we are generally utilized to make our own model using our own data. But what if we want to utilize the pre-built models of Azure capabilities? We want to directly utilize the Azure capabilities to analyze the word visually, right? That is the main motto of utilizing a vision services. So then we are going to utilize Azure AI Vision Service, which help us to support the celebrities and the landmarks specialized domain models. Means it can automatically identify and recognize the celebrities known around the world, just like we have Michael Jordan or any other celebrities like Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, or any type of Bollywood star, Hollywood star. It can recognize it, and especially landmarks as well, like an Eiffel Tower or Colosseum or Taj Mahal or any type of Nalanda University, any landmark, it can recognize through the Azure pre-built models. So if you want to utilize Azure capabilities, then you are definitely going to utilize Azure AI Vision Service. In custom vision, you have to provide your own data and it will be customized according to your need. Okay. And as I already told, it does not support specialized domain models. And in for exam point of view, especially for these three categories: animals, cars, or plant. But for like celebrities and landmark, it has the specialized vision domain models. Okay, so this is very important, specifically in terms for the AI-900 exam. And also each phrase will be written by an image description task, including a confidence score. So means what does that image represent? So it will return an image description and also confidence score. We already talked about this confidence score in one of our previous video. Let me just give you a small overview of that. Like when we are talking about Azure AI language service, so we talked about this confidence service that it ranges from 0 to 1, and where 0 is like in our case Azure AI Vision Service, like this matches to this description with if it does not match with that description, it will return 0. Hello everyone, welcome back to another part of our AI 900 series. So today we are going to talk about Azure AI Vision Service. So without any further delay, let's get started. So in the previous video, we have talked about Azure Custom Vision Service category, and now we are going to talk about like how we are going to handle computer vision category. Basically, in custom vision, we are going to we generally utilize to make our own model using our own data. But what if we want to utilize the pre-built models of Azure capabilities? We want to directly utilize the Azure capabilities to analyze the word visually, right? That is the main motto of utilizing a vision services. So then we are going to utilize Azure AI Vision Service, which which help us to support the celebrities and the landmarks specialized domain models. Means it can automatically identify and recognize the celebrities known around the world, just like we have Michael Jordan or any other celebrities like Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, or any type of Bollywood star, Hollywood star. It can recognize it, and especially landmarks as well, like an Eiffel Tower or Colosseum or Taj Mahal or any type of Nalanda University, any landmark, it can recognize through the Azure pre-built models. So if you want to utilize Azure capabilities, then you are definitely going to utilize Azure AI Vision service. In custom vision, you have to provide your own data and it will be customized according to your need. Okay. And as I already told, it does not support specialized domain models. And in for exam point of view, especially for these three categories: animals, cars, or plant. But for like celebrities and landmark, it has the specialized vision domain models. Okay, so this is very important, specifically in terms for the AI-900 exam. And also each phrase will be written by an image description task, including a confidence score. So means what does that image represent? So it will return an image description and also and confidence score. We already talked about this confidence score in one of our previous video. Let me just give you a small overview of that. Like when we are talking about Azure AI language service, so we talked about this confidence service that it ranges from 0 to 1, and where 0 is like it is matches like in our case Azure AI Vision service, like this matches to this description with if it does not match with that description, it will return 0, and if match perfectly with that, then it will return the 1, that which is the highest confidence score. So basically like how much percentage is basically represented, but it is from 0 to 1, not from 0 to 100. Okay, so that is if anything related comes to Azure AI Vision service, you just remember all these keywords, key points, like how it works. Basically a computer vision service from Azure side, and it has like some subparts, subcategories. So that you like first one is object detection. So before I explain about them into like a theoretical part, I want to visualize it like on the screen, so it will be very beneficial for you to understand how it works. So I hope the screen is visible to, yes, it is visible to you guys. So let's understand the computer vision task, basically what Azure models can do. Okay, so first task is image classification task. So in this you will get a description, okay, what is there in the image broadly. Even though there is a building behind it, there is some board above it, but still mostly the picture represent taxi. So it will classify and give you taxi. But in object detection models, it will do not only, it will detect different, okay, what object you want to, okay, it has car, it has a bus in it, it detects cyclists. So this model here, it basically representing the traffic models only, it identifying the vehicles only model. But it can be identify other things as well, like trees and other, but it is specifically for this part. So that is the part of object detection, if you specified it for the like for the traffic vehicles only. And as you see, it just also providing a boundary from where to where like our object resides. Here it is not providing any boundary and all, but if you need any boundary, then you are going to utilize object detection. And if you want to just pixelate the specific part, you like here it is also capturing the boundary from it's in like a 2D plot, but here it is pixelating exactly those pixels where that object is residing. Like it is representing bus with the red pixels, it is representing blue with the car pixel, and green with the cyclist. So that way it is a like advanced technique, more advanced than this, because it is exactly telling, okay, at this point your car is driving in this lane. So that you can do using semantic segmentation. Another thing is image analysis. It what it does, it tells you an overall pictures and gives you an advanced analysis of the image. Okay, so it says a person with a dog on a street. Okay, so it analyze whole image and it gives you a brief, okay, what does it basically that image is trying to tell. So it basically representing an person with a dog and on a street. So it captures street as well, okay, because it see vehicles is there and like footpaths is there, but in center a person is there with a dog. So it can identify and give you that you can do. That task is known as image analysis. And it also can do the face detection, analysis, and so this I am giving you just an overview. We will talk more about deeply just after we are done with this introduction. But to understand it better, I just want to make you visualize in your mind so you can understand it better. Okay. It also can do face detection, analysis, and recognition. Means it can detect, okay, whose face is this. It can do analysis, okay, this person has this characteristics or that characteristic. And also it can like find, recognize, okay, I want to identify if that criminal is that in that video or not. So it can identify and recognize and do multiple things with the face. We are going to talk about each of them later. And also you can do optical character recognition, that you can do like it says Toronto Domination Bank. And also if you have utilized Office Lens or like Google Lens, then you can see it can recognize the text from the picture. So that you can do using optical character recognition in terms of Azure. Okay. So now let's discuss the theory part, and specifically for the AI-900 exam. So we can discuss more about it. Okay, we can understand. Now we have the picture in our in our imagination. So it will be better for us to understand. So as we talked in object detection, it just gives us bounding box, which is known as bounding box, and it gives us coordinate and along with the class name. So class name is nothing, basically like what does it represent. If you look at this object detection, okay, this is a bus, so this becomes a class name. Car, cyclist, all these are class names. Okay, so it returns a bounding box and with a probability score. Here it is not representing giving the probability score, but generally now it may be like an old updated picture, but it will also represent a probability score. Okay, this is matching with the car, like how many percentage. Maybe it is here representing 100%, that's why it is not giving, but it also represents like how much it is matching to the car or what type of class it belongs to, like how much it is matching to that particular class. Okay, so it will basically use to identify object and their boundaries within the image. And as we already discussed, like it is used to evaluate monitoring images to classify specific vehicle type, which we have already seen in our example. And you can see in this example as well, it detects, okay, this is a banana, this is an orange, this is an apple. Although it is placed on like seems like a white cloth or something, but it basically detects the object in that particular image. Okay, so that is the main way of object detection. Another thing we talked about is object character recognition, which we already discussed. Like it extract the printed and handwritten text also. Like even if you write from hand, it will help in, especially in digitalizing the medical records when like doctors generally write from hand. So it will help in that part as well. And that you can do using optical character recognition, which is also part of Azure AI Vision Service. Okay. Then you can analyze the video streams from the camera device. So all these which we are talking about earlier, it is now that was the part of the like images. But if you want to analyze video streams in the real time, then you can utilize this spatial analysis. So what does this spatial analysis do? Let's understand it visually as well. So as you know, like we have like retail stores like this, so it can count people into it. It basically detect the movement and presence in real time. Okay, it counts. Okay, person count is 6. How it can also do how many people have entered, how many people have left, how many people are currently in the store. So it can track all those and also with the special times like COVID times, it add some special features like social distancing and face mask detection, especially in the industries where it is compulsory to wear helmet. It can detect that as well. Okay, this person is at least like 2 feet away or 6 feet away, like whatever your mandatory condition is, it can recognize and give alerts to you. Okay, these person are coming close to it, so you can take action accordingly. Okay, so and also it can track the mask. So these are the way of spatial analysis. And basically you can analyze your video streams in real time. That will help you. You can do using spatial analysis. Next thing we already talked about is semantic segmentation. It basically classifies pixel to a particular object and highlight them. And you can also utilize, just like we take here the like traffic example, you can also utilize in some sustainability and noble causes, like identifying the flooded areas. Okay, in this area flood has already come, and that part you need to rescue, and that part you need to deliver the food where you are going to set up your whole plant. So that way AI can really help in in very serious situation. AI can be a boon as well. Okay. So and another this all which we have talked about falls into computer vision category. Okay, so whether it's related to like determining like a photo contains a person or not, so this all we talked about are the services, but computer vision is a category. Okay, so in this category it comes all things related to vision type, vision services or anything related to vision. So it can categorize images and detect images. So if in exam it comes, okay, what can by what means you can detect the objects. So in options, if it says computer vision, then you have to choose it, but you won't see both of them, like object detection as well computer vision in both the options. Okay, that will not come definitely, because and even if that comes, then you have to choose the more accurate. That is the like rule of any certification, Azure certification, that you have to choose the more accurate option. Maybe multiple options can be correct, but you have to choose the more object. Then more appropriate option would be object detection. Okay. So read and extract text from images, visual features from images, identify handwritten letters, landmarks, and predicting next month toy sales. So all these can be done with the computer vision. So you might be wondering, how can it predict the next month toy sales? So it can do analysis. Okay, this month how many toys went out from this store, how many toys went out in each month, and then it can do analysis based on that and give you an analysis based on that. Okay, these toys are required, and it also gives you an idea. Okay, this month this much of toys I required for the next month sale, so I can take a stock in advance and just sell it. It will be really helpful for me. Okay, and also you can associate an image like maybe tags also you need to understand. Like when you associate an image with metadata that summarize the attributes of that image, basically just like we talked about the class. Okay, what is so I can give you a better example. So here you see we are attaching the tags with it. Okay, a person with a dog on the street. It can also be tagged as taxi in the background, a building in the background. So it can be attached with the multiple tags, right? So I guess we have also talked about this earlier in the multi-label and multi-class. When we attach multiple tags to single image, then it is known as multi-label classification type, and if you are attaching a single tag, then it is a multi-class. Okay, so that is the basic what, and if any question you read what it means by tagging, so just to make you understand, okay, this means tagging. Just like if we can take an example here as well. Okay, it can be take vehicles in the like on a lane, trees in the on the lane. So it can be attached with the multiple tags like bus, car, cyclist in the picture. So that picture comes within the multiple tags. Okay. Just like if you find in your Google Photos, you can search for your name also. Just like I search KAUSTUBH Sharma, then all my pictures will come up. But if I search for like a yellow shirt, then maybe some other person's yellow shirt pictures will also come, but my pictures will also come because it get tagged with both of them. Okay, so that is the main understanding. And then there is image analysis. We have already talked about it. It extracts information from images and label it with the text or caption and gives you a descriptive image summary, as we have talked about it, like this image analysis, a person with a dog on a street. So that way it label with them tag or caption, whatever you call it, and basically a descriptive image summary. Okay. And the face service, we have talked about it. So this way you can, so this also can be divided into multiple operations. So first operation is detect operation, with which you can detect the face or items of face in the images. Okay. If you want to detect any face into images, okay, if any face is there in that image or not, then you can utilize this detect operation. But if you want to find similar faces, okay, like so here you need to remember one thing. It can include other faces. Some, like if like I have a twin brother, so it can include a similar face, or maybe I look like some other person, or you might have seen those videos where like you have seen like it's look like you want to find a doppelganger basically. Okay, this celebrity is this person is looking somewhat similar to this celebrity, so that you can do using find similar faces. Okay, but if you want to do a one-to-one face match, okay, like there is a person image and you want to match it with another person, one-to-one face image. Okay, if you want to find out, okay, these two person belong to same person, not similar to specific person. Okay, so that is known as verification, just like it will generally done in case of your social security identification. If you want to find out, okay, this it belongs to the same person, like in India it is known as Aadhaar card. So if you want to match, okay, this person belongs, this Aadhaar belongs to this person or not, then you will do verification. Okay, face verification. But if you want to do one to many face match, and you want to match like exact same face to that particular match, then you have to do identification. Just like in case of criminal, if you want to find a, like there are like a stream coming from the airport stream, and you want to identify, okay, this particular criminal is there in that stream or airport stream or not, then what you want to do, you want to match, like there are many people in that stream of airport, you want to exactly match that criminal face to many peoples are there in that stream. Okay, so it will automatically try to identify, okay, this person is matching with that particular criminal which you are providing as an input or not. Okay, so that will come under identification. And if you want to group faces based on similarity, that will you can do using group faces, just like we see in Google Photos or Apple Photos or Microsoft Photo. You can like group your photos, just like we group our photos with similar face to, like not similar, like our face. When I search for KAUSTUBH Sharma, all my photos come into I can see all my photos. So that is, they are utilizing group faces basically. And also this face service is enough intelligent to return the face attributes and identify those as well. Like face attributes means, okay, what is the head position of that, is it wearing glasses, is it wearing mask or headwear, or any type of face attribution, like you want to specify anything like has a beard on it or not. So anything related to face, it can do intelligently. Okay, and like the important real world use cases to display content based on the like age group of the audience in front of it. So this is utilized in mostly in the it is not very common, but now it is eventually growing into, but like now ads are showing based on the who is watching it basically. Like there are digital hoardings, visiting ad hoardings, where like it has a camera on it, it has a stream going on, and whatever the collective average age of the audience who is watching that digital hoarding, it will show ad according to that. Okay, if like it is a hoarding near to a kids school, and if kids are mostly kids are watching that, so it will started showing kids advertisement related to kids. But if it is it's a hush time and many job seekers are watching that coding, then it will start showing some job portal related ads and something related to it. So that can be done using face service, because it can identify, okay, this person belongs to this and this has this characteristic, this out of edge. So this you can do using face service. And we already talked about face recognizer and category. So it basically extract the tags. So this is a category, and the service is OCR. We already talked about it, optical character recognition, which is also part of Azure AI Vision Service. So in this category of form recognizer, it basically does the OCR part, like it can extract text, it key value pairs, the table, it can make a document out of it from the scan document, a Word document, it can make it. We generally utilize it for like doing calculation, and also in the case of Like if you are owning a retail store, then you can, from a receipt, it can do totals or subtotals and can do many intelligent tasks using this category of form recognizer. Okay. So I get, and it has like two support automated document processing model supported. One is the custom model, like you can build your own customized one, and another one is pre-built receipt model, which is a default one to choose. So make sure you remember this, like what are the two supported automated document process. So this is very important. And next are the like document intelligence surveys. So we are going to talk about in the next part. So let's talk about this Azure AI document intelligence service. So you can see like in exam it will ask you like this, okay, what service can help you to recognize key elements from invoice or receipt. Means like when you have any receipt of or any bill, you have certain key elements, right? Like the name of the bill, what is the GST number, what is the address of the shop, what is your address, what is the bill amount, what is the subtotal amount. So everything, if you want to just extract that, recognize that key elements from that, then you can use this AI intelligent document intelligence service. Okay. But remember that in exam it can confuse you with this, like it does not recognize image or translate languages. Okay. For that you have to utilize the different services which we have already talked about. But document intelligence service won't be able to recognize image or translate between languages. Okay. So now let's talk about Azure OpenAI service. We are going to talk about generative AI in the maybe upcoming episode, but not into this. But just wanted to give you a brief introduction about OpenAI service, as it is also become nowadays integrated part of AI-900 exam. We are going to talk about like more into like next episode. So OpenAI, as some of you might already know, it helps you to generate images based on the user initial prompt and allow you to improve iteratively. So iterative improvements, like suppose you give you an initial prompt. Prompt means like any input you give to, just like we have OpenAI Chat GPT, right? It is also from the Microsoft and basically a partnership, open source from OpenAI and Chat GPT. So like where you provide the input, so that input is known as prompt, initial prompt. Suppose you say generate me an image of cat. Okay, so it will generate an random cat. Okay, then you can what does it mean by allow in iterative improvement? Then you can say, okay, I want the cat to be of brown color. So then it will, that image also can be recolored into brown, and you want that particular cat to be on a stand, on a bench, or whatever you command you give, it can improve that particular image also based on your preferences. Okay, so it can also come like this in exam. Okay, which does it allow iterative improvements on user preferences? Yes, OpenAI will be able to do it. And it also has a real-time feedback mechanism. Means you can provide, okay, the response you are, the cat image you are providing, it is matching your need, or you can say generate another different, the image you provide is not good enough and not matching my expectation. You can do like this. Okay, the only problem is with this is like it has reliance on the, like, more over reliance, I can say, on textual input. Means you have to provide input as a text in the text form only. Sometime it won't be like I just like I say what is Python. So maybe in my understanding I am asking about Python as a programming language, but it may interpret it as a Python as an animal and like a snake form, and it just give me definition of that. So it sometimes lead to misinterpretation. It like sometimes beer like same words we have in terms of text, so it may lead to confusion. So that is the like that is an issue with the OpenAI service, that it's over reliance on the textual input. So you need to be like aware of it. Next is in exam you might see this word like emerge like many times, like content recommendation system. So it is basically it is a system which helps you to recommend content to the user based on like generate or predicts text based on the existing content. So I can help you to understand this with a very simple example. Just like you type on Google or on YouTube also, just like you type AI-9, then it will automatically try to predict your text. Okay, AI-900 or what you are searching. So it will automatically give you. So that is content recommendation. That's a part of it. And also it can goes nowadays goes very beyond it, like video content recommendation system. Just like whatever you are watching, it can suggest like similar preferences to you. Okay, so like suppose on YouTube you search something related to AI-900, then you will be also able to see like other videos related to AI-900 automatically. So because that is a like YouTube has its own content recommendation system. So if you are watching any horror movie on any OTT platform, then it will recommend other horror movies you as well. So that is because of this content recommendation system. So co-pilots, it also come like what is a co-pilot or what's co-pilot able to do, or vice reverse also, like which service provide the plugin to end user to get help with the command task. So that question can come in either way. Okay. So what does Copilot does? It provides us plugin to the end user to so that it can get help with the common task from a generative AI models. Okay. So there will be like certain plugins which can help you. Okay, I want help regarding doing something related to animals or something related to finance part. So there will be like certain plugins available. Just like if you have done coding or something, we have extension in Visual Studio Code which can help you with particular language or particular tool you want to utilize, like Java, Python, and there are multiple extension available. So you can treat it similar to that. Okay. So there are multiple copilots available which basically help you to provide plugins and help you with the particular related common task. If you want to do something related to telecommunications, something related to personal finance, then it will help you with that. And this also question comes in your exam. This also comes in my real exam as well. Like what are the compute target environments available in Azure ML for real-time inference? So only one target environment is available, that is Azure Kubernetes Service. Okay. And this because now we started talking about machine learning. We have already talked about key elements of Microsoft AI in the like very first session, like ML, computer vision, natural language processing, conversational AI, anomaly detection. So we have talked all about this. Now we are going to deeply discuss about ML. Is first with the Azure point of view. Then in the next video, maybe we'll talk about general ML, which will come into AI-900. I am not talking anything irrelevant to this exam. I am talking everything which is going to related with AI-900. So I'm very specific on this. Just explaining you a little bit, so at least it will be clear in your mind, or you are just not memorizing only. Okay. So like it may come like what are the main authoring tools available on Azure ML Studio home screen. So there are 3 authoring tools. Like basically it represents like from like what are the tools where you can make your machine learning models. So in Designer you can make your machine learning models. Through notebooks also you can make your machine learning models, or you can utilize automated ML, basically where you can do automatic all things. So let's discuss about that first. It is also known as auto ML service as well. So it is basically helps you to automate the time consuming and iterative, like repetitive tasks for the machine learning development. Okay. So and it can come like in a various different words or different languages, basically help you. You don't need any programming experience because it is basically automating everything you need for your machine learning model development. And what it does, it creates number of pipeline in parallel. So it does several tasks in parallel. It does not, okay, one task finished, then it will start next task and then third task. It can do multiple tasks simultaneously. So your overall process will be very, very fast. So it like AutoML is really if you are like a beginner or you don't know anything about machine learning, especially if someone comes from a management background and it want to do something related to machine learning models, then it comes very handy, this AutoML service. Okay. So as I said, it works by running multiple training iteration uh, at a Simon time, and you can rank it by the metrics you specify. You can specify, okay, I want this to be done on the priority and everything. You can specify the particular metrics and it will perform these tasks automatically. Okay. And it can train all kinds of important models, like we have classification model, regression model, time series forecasting model, supervised model. We are going to talk about it like in very detail, as I said, but you can understand, okay, auto ML service can train all these ML models. Just remember the name for as of now, but like these are the different kinds of machine learning model. Okay, but what are the things it won't be able to do? Even it is an automated machine learning, but you should remember what it does not able to do, because that is very important for exam. Okay, so it does not automatically infer training data. Okay, means you have to provide the data to train it. Okay, it does not auto, you want to like do it, you want to train your model, so at least data you should provide from your end. Okay, then it will do all the, it will build automatically the model, it will do all the task required for the machine learning deployment, like till the deployment, testing it, everything it will do, but at least you should provide the training data. Okay, and it does not automatically infer what labels needs to be predicted. Means you have to tell in this when you are utilizing AutoML service, that what you want your model to predict. Okay, I want my model to predict, okay, if image contain cat or not. So that is that input should come from your end. Your like this service will not automatically decide, okay, you want to predict what you want to predict from the images. Okay, so that input that you want, particularly cat to be recognized, that has to be come from your end. Okay, and you cannot include custom Python script in a training pipeline. So that is very important. It may come directly in the exam. Okay, and also you cannot visually connect data sets and modules on an interactive canvas. Means it's not like a drag and drop tool or something like this. That will come as a part of designer. But in automated ML, you cannot like visually connect data sets or just connect that arrow to modules, which we are able to do in designer. We are going to talk about it, but that is not a part of AutoML. Okay, now let's talk about the designer part. So what are the steps to start a training machine learning model in machine learning designer? So first, what you have to do, you have to create the training pipeline when you are utilizing designer. Then you have add the data sets, then add the training model. So it's like an drag and drop tool. Basically, you just add training models, you just type it, then you deploy your model, and then you create the inference pipeline. If you like want to know more about what is training, what is inference, then I have attached the separate video here. You can click on the I button, or you will check in the description, you will find the link, or in the comments you will find the link related to what, so you will understand what is the basic difference between training and inference. Okay, so what are what are the general modules available under the Azure ML design? So this you can see like there are multiple modules available, and this flow also you need to be like aware of. Like first you need to provide raw data, as we already talked about. You have to provide your own data. Then you will select the columns in the data set, and then it will clean the missing data. So as I said, designer is just like a drag and drop tool. Okay, what you want after this, what you want after this, so it will do it. Okay, then you want to split the data, then you want this is a linear regression model, so then you have to train it, and then finally you get a score out of your model. Okay, so this is the like a general flow and general modules available under Azure ML Designer. And as we already talked about it, this designer service provides you a drag and drop visual canvas to do all machine learning development related tasks, build it, test it, and deploying it. And it also provide you like to drag and drop modules and connect those modules and various components and data set on a visual canvas. Okay. And also helps you, enables you to save your progress as a pipeline draft. Means you can save it and like later utilize for like various Azure templates. But remember, like it cannot drag and drop a pipeline into a designer canvas. So pipelines are a part of till whatever discussed is a part of AutoML. Okay, you cannot drag and drop a pipeline. Here is just a canvas. Okay, what you want to do basically. Okay, and also it does not enable you to to include custom JavaScript function. Okay, then you need to talk about if it comes like how you can consume inference pipeline from Azure ML designer. So for that to consume inference pipeline, you need two things. You need the REST endpoint and you need the primary authentication key for your service. Okay, then you will be able to utilize inference pipeline. So that two things you need to be aware, like endpoint to just basically where you want to connect, and primary authentication key will do your authentication part. Just like any like you need just particular address. Okay, this endpoint I want to connect, and this primary authentication just for your authentication. And if you want to deploy the inference pipeline from designer, then what you have to do, you have to deploy as a real-time endpoint, and it should be and it must be deployed on a Azure Kubernetes cluster service. Okay, that is also a very important question which comes in exam. And what are the computer resources available in Azure ML Studio? It is the compute instance, compute clusters, Kubernetes clusters, and attached computers. So they might get will confuse you. Okay, in exam, like it will come as a Kubernetes instance or attached clusters. It will like they will play with the words. So you should remember, okay, what are the computer resources available? Compute instance, compute clusters, Kubernetes clusters, and attached computers. Okay. So compute instance are used to run the pipeline, and these compute clusters are used to run the batch inference. So let's start with the supervised machine learning. So it has generally, from the perspective of exam specifically, it has consist of three models. It can be categorized into three models: regression model, classification model, and time series forecasting model. So let's talk about them one by one, so you understand, okay, what is the difference between regression, classification, and time series forecasting. So a regression model like comes into picture when you want to predict some numeric tasks, not class. We already talked about class. Okay, this is a banana or not. So then if your model has to predict, okay, this is banana or not, then it will not come under regression. Okay, it will come under some other maybe other two models. But as of now, we are going to just talk about regression. So if you want to predict anything numeric target, okay, just like you want to predict, okay, how much my next month sales is going to be. So that is a numeric target. So that will, for that, you need to build a regression model. Okay, you understand? So here I give multiple examples. Like you want to predict the sea level in meters for the next 10 years. Okay, so that will result into an output of numerical target. Okay, when you need an output in numeric target, you want to predict something in numerical form, then you are going to utilize regression model. Okay, then if you want to predict the number of gift cards that would be sold next month, if you are working in some Amazon or some voucher company, generally they give gift cards or Uber or etc., then this you have to, like, you will choose regression model. Okay, and if you want to predict how many hours of overtime a delivery person will work based on the number of orders received, so that like if you want to predict anything related to numerical target, then you are going to utilize regression. Another example is predict how many minutes late a flight will arrive based on the amount of snowfall at a airport, and you want to predict the sales price of auction items. You want to predict how many vehicles will travel across a bridge on a given day, or as I said, next month toy sales. So all these, if you want to just make sure you remember this line, if you want to predict anything numerical target, not class or category, then you will choose regression model. And if you want to answer like multiple choice question, then you are going to choose classification model. Let's understand this with an example. Okay, if you want to predict a predefined class or category to which an input belongs. Okay, you provide an input. Suppose you provide a picture and you want to understand like if this picture contains banana or not. Okay, so that means you for that to predict, okay, if this image contains banana or not, that will be only classification model will be able to predict that, not regression model. Okay, when you have to answer multiple choice question, just like we have two options here, yes or no, like multiple options are available and it you want answer to that particular question, then you are going to utilize classification model. Okay, another example is if a banking system want to predict, okay, whether a loan will be repaid or not. You want to like check, okay, if this person will be able to repay the loan or not, then the option will be yes, either he will be pay or he will not be able to pay. If the answer will come yes, then you will, okay, you will pass on the that particular stage, okay, we can give loan to this person because according to our AI predictions and because it calculates in its model, like, okay, this person will be able to repay your loan. Okay, and if you want to predict whether a student will complete a university course or not, or you want to it also utilize classification model is also utilized in early detection of different like diseases like brain hemorrhage in the images before like any like doctor or medical practitioner review them. So it can easily reduce his workload, especially for the like frontline workers like in the medical staff. It is a like really game changer if you are going to utilize the classification model. Okay, and also you can predict whether a person will develop some like some kind of allergy or some kind of based on its pollen count. So like you can like utilize anything if there is like options of getting multiple answers, then you are going to utilize classification because it classify, okay, it classify it in a yes category or it classifies in a no category. Okay, as it based on the deep learning techniques. Okay, so I have explained with you multiple example. If you want a numerical target, then you are going to utilize regression model, and if you want like class or category, especially in the multiple choice of questions, then it is come under as classification model. And like talked about machine unsupervised machine learning, then in supervised machine learning, only one model comes specifically for the AI-900 exam, that is clustering model. So all things we are talking here is specifically for the AI-900 exam. Okay, and so clustering model we are going to utilize when you want to find some similarities between something. So let's also understand this with an example. When you want to cluster unlabeled data into groups based on some common properties. Okay, so like there are some like there are some photos you have, and you don't have label on it, okay, what kind of photos are those, but you want to like classify based on some properties. Okay, if it has 4 legs, then you will classify all these images, group them, you will just group them, cluster them and put into a single category. And you want to like only the animals with the 2 legs only you want to put into another category, then these grouping you can do using clustering model. Okay, so as already talked about, you can group instance of data that contains similar characteristics. That characteristic you can choose, and let's understand this with an example. Suppose you want to organize documents into group based on the similarity of text contained in the document. Suppose like there are documents of different languages, so you want to segregate them and like organize them properly. Okay, these are documents in English language, these are documents in Hindi language. So that you can do with the help of clustering model. Also, you can group similar patient based on symptoms and diagnostic results. So there will be like you can make segregate the groups of cancer patients or brain hemorrhage patients and etc. You can segment customers into different groups to support marketing department. you can use to identify group of people who have similar purchasing habit, so you can recommend the same content to them or same kind of them, or make a community out of it, so that you can utilize it. And you can identify the computer model that always have a failure. Suppose in your you are working in an infrastructure team and you want to identify, okay, what computer model is basically lead to a failure. Okay, if you see like all Windows computer system are failing generally, so you will try to next purchase not Windows system, maybe some other operating system like Linux or Mac OS. Then you can do like this. If you want to like basically find a similarity in between something, then you are going to utilize clustering model. So three models we have talked about here generally. If you want to talk about some you want to predict something numerical target, then regression model. If you want to get multiple choice category class answer, then you are going to utilize classification. And if you want to find similarities between some options, then you are going to utilize clustering model. Okay, so let's talk about now machine learning project life cycle. So here you define the task, then like the very first thing, then you will explore and prepare the data, that is you collect the data, then you using that data you will train your model, you will validate your model, after training you will deploy that model, and then like you will put into an operational part, and where you monitor, okay, take the feedback from that model and again collect the data from that model and just refine your model in again and again. That's the part of our generally in software cycle also we have DevOps, so this part is known as MLOps. Okay, so make sure you remember, okay, this is just a simple overview of machine learning project life cycle. Okay, and if you said it is said to you have to do statistical analysis, so as a part of that we will do data transformation, data visualization, and modeling. So all these comes under the category of statistical analysis, which we generally do here in the data part and modeling part. So, okay, so that's come as a statistical analysis, because here we transform the data so that model because model accept only in certain format, so we have to transform that data. We will visualize data into multiple dashboards or graphs or whatever is required for you to make a refined data, so you can pass it to like unbiased data to the model. And modeling is basically you when you train the model and do stuff with that. Okay, so you need to aware about the three type of data set: training data set, test data set, and validation data set, when you are dealing with the data type. Okay, when you are dealing with the data, so training data set is the set of input examples that will be you are going to utilize to train the model. Okay, so it's basically your input when you train any model, like your AI or ML model. You just provide some example. Okay, you will tell your model, okay, this is an banana, okay, you tell this, and you, oh, this is an apple. So all these examples which you are utilizing to tell your teaching your model, okay, this is banana, this is an apple. So that data is come under training data set. Okay, and when you want to verify all the training, or if you are want to understand more deep about it, because here it is from specifically from the AI-900 perspective exam, then I will if you want to more understand more simply what is data set and all these machine learning terms, then I will provide a very simplistic, I have already have a simplistic video on my channel. You can check that out. I will provide the link in the description. It will be very helpful for you to understand. But here also I am giving you a brief intro specifically for the AI-900 exam. Then to check, okay, whatever the training data you have used here in the training data set while training it, so you want to verify that, okay, it is correct or not, then you are going to utilize test data set. And if you want to utilize check how your model is predicting well or enough, then you are going to utilize validation data set. So it will help you, okay, how much how well your model is performing, because this is a unused data set. This is not part of your training data set or test data set. Basically you are providing new data, uh, when to your model. So you can check, okay, your model is able to, like, you provide a different picture of banana and check, okay, if your model is able to check this is banana or not. Okay. So like labels, if you don't know what is a label, basically whatever output you want, whatever column you want to predict, that is known as label. Okay. So you want to predict, okay, this is a banana or not. So like that column where it will get true or false. So that column will known as label. Okay. The basically model output value or class we have talked about. And the process of tagging training data with known values is known as labeling. Okay, so basically when we train our model, we generally have to label that data. Okay, when first we like when we are teaching our model, okay, this is banana or not, then we will say, okay, this is banana. So we are teaching, okay, then model will learn, okay, this is a banana. Then we will show a picture of apple and telling it, okay, this is not banana. So it will put in the no category. So what we are doing, we are doing the labeling here. That when at the time of training, we have to do it manually. Like we have to provide that information. Okay, this is not banana, this is banana. Okay. And another thing is features. So here is the relevant data values that will influence the prediction of a model, and basically it is the input you give to the model to predict the label. Basically the simplest example of it, if you are providing just like I'm in case of banana, let's take example of that only. So features will be like, it would be a long, it would be like yellow in color, it would be like all the features you can provide. Okay, it's look like an stem, it what is the shape of it, like a somewhat curvy. So all these specific features you are providing, that is also known as in machine learning term features only. That inputs whatever you are providing, it would be like in between this size to this size. So all these are known as features. Okay. So the data preparation or data transformation steps will consider feature selection, finding and removing. We are going to talk about each of them like in detail in the below section. But you should know like what comes under data transformation step when you are doing the data transformation. You will do feature selection, you will find and remove data outliners, you will clean the missing values or remove missing values, and you will normalize the numeric features. Okay. So what is feature selection? So when you narrow down the features that are important for the label prediction. Okay. So suppose if you want to you want your model to predict like this is a banana or not. So like your label would be true or false. Correct. Your label would be, okay, this is banana or this is not banana. That would become label. Your features will become like you have like multiple features, suppose, but like features like how many bananas is there in picture. So that is not going to help me in any case to predict, okay, this is banana or not. Okay, even if there is one banana or there are hundreds of banana, or it is not going to help me to predict, okay, this is banana or not banana. The only characteristics like this is yellow in color, like what is its shape, all this will help me to recognize, okay, this is banana or not. But any other thing related to it is not going to help me. So I have to remove the unnecessary features. Okay. So let's understand this with another example. When you like picking temperature and pressure to train a weather model. Okay. So uh, so that is when I have to train a model for weather prediction, then I will need these two things only. Rest, what is the day to day? Suppose I will tell, okay, today is Monday, so that's well my weather will become this. That is definitely unnecessary feature which I am providing it, because weather does not depend on day, it depends on temperature, what is the current temperature and what is the pressure, and other factors like what is the humidity. Then based on that I can predict what will be the weather. Okay, so that will help me to weather. But unnecessary feature, what is the date today, what is the day today, or anything related to it will be unnecessary. So I have to remove this and do like a good feature selection. Okay. And another important term is feature engineering. So it is the method of creating new features based on like from the raw data. You just got a date in your suppose you want to predict, okay, generally if you see like old things related to, okay, on this day you will get the result, okay, like there is some repetitive cycle, okay, suppose you want to predict when full moon will occur next time, okay, so you will analyze the historical data, you will provide all the data to the your model, okay, on earlier on this day full moon was visible, earlier on like previous 2 3 years you provide the data, okay, this date your full moon was visible, okay. So then if you want to if you want to like split the day into month, day and years, like suppose in the data which you got, it has only date only, okay, which is in like which contains all the information but in a single format. So you want to split them into multiple columns, okay, there is a month column as well, day column and year column. You don't want to utilize as a single feature, okay. Then when you are creating these new features based on the existing one, that is known as feature engineering, okay. I hope you got my point, but if still you have any doubt, please let me know in the comments. I will make a full video out of it and explain you into more. By the way, I have all like a full AI end-to-end AI projects on my channel. You can check that out. Check that out as well. It will be available either in the video section or live section or in the playlist. You can check it out. I will also try to provide the link in the description. Okay. So, and again, normalization. So this is also very important term. What is normalization? When you bring numerical features to the common scale. So suppose you want to you are measuring something, you want to predict, okay, this person will be able to give loan or not. So there are multiple data is you suppose it like what its income, salary, how much loan it has already had. So I want all these numerical details in to be in like same common scale, like I want to be in Indian rupees only, like one is in US dollars, one is in like Indian rupees, then it will, the model will not be able to like predict correctly the results, okay. I want all my numerical features to be on a common scale. So that if you are doing that, then what you are doing, you are doing the data normalization, okay. So I hope you are clear with the data normalization. Another important term which will helpful in your exam is hyperparameters. So hyperparameters, basically parameters will, you can treat it as features, is also known as parameters. But hyperparameters, when you define, these are also input, and like parameters, features basically are input. Okay, this will be the shape, this will be the size which you are providing using data. But hyperparameters are the higher level features of that particular model, okay. It can and as I told, like features can be learned from the like data, but hyperparameters cannot be learned directly from the data. Like you will provide, okay, like these are specific to the basically model, okay. If you want to if you have seen the movie Interstellar, you have seen, okay, funny setting, how much humor you want from your model, okay, how much correctness you want from model, how much professional writing you want. So you might have seen like various model, what is the writing style you want, so that you are not providing data at the time of training, you are providing it later, okay, from the perspective of model, okay. So like I want to you write as a like a funny comedic comedian, or I want you write as a like a professional, so that is comes under as a like a hyperparameter. Like when you are like basically changing the temperature and all those hyperparameters, various hyperparameters we have model, but like we are going to talk about in later. But for this AI-900 exam, it's not very important. Just you understand that these are like not learned from directly from the data, but these are also as provided as input, and these are the higher level features specific to that model which you are utilizing, okay. So hyperparameters are not related to data. That is very important for you to learn. And like you have to split data for the training and evolution. Basically, when you create this training, test data set. Generally, we get one general data set and we split them into these categories for like training and for these evaluation of tests and validation. Okay. So how you can do it? You randomly split the data, so it will not generate any kind of biasness into rows for training and for the evaluation purposes. And you can also utilize the split row option if you want to divide it into two types, and you can specify the percentage like 50-50. Generally default it is 50-50, but you can choose 70-30 or whatever you want, and split data accordingly. Another term which you need to be very familiar with, confusion matrix or error matrix. So this is like a general confusion matrix. So it has like how much like actual true, actual false, and here is the prediction result. Like if basically it's an tabulated view of like what you want to predict and what actually your model predicted. Okay. And this is specifically for the classification model. It is you need to remember that, like mostly generally it is like this will provide the output for the classification model. Okay, so what is this TP? So this TP is true positive, like how many times the model predicted true and but the actual label was true. Okay, means I want my model to predict, okay, this is banana or not, and like this was a banana, and my model also predicted this is a banana, so then it will become true positive. Okay, and this TN, like when it was actually false, and but my model predicted it negatively. Suppose my mod I told, okay, this is a banana or not. I will ask again, like how many times it predicted. Okay, like sometimes because I provided multiple pictures. Okay, so like if it predicted correctly, so I will write that number here in the confusion matrix, like 39 times or 40 times, whatever times it correctly predicted. But in case of true negative, when I am saying I provide a picture of this is a banana or not, and that was picture of apple, and it also correctly predicted it. Okay, this it says, okay, yes, this is not a banana, so that means it will become true negative. You understand? Like model predicted it was false, like yes, this is not a banana, and the actual label was also that, like this is not a banana, and it predicted correctly. So that is also a good sign. Okay, this means your model is working fine in both the case. But in case of false negative and false positive, your model is not working correctly. Let's understand this how. Like when your model predicted false, okay, your model says yes, this is not banana, but it was a banana, then it will become false negative. And if your model predicted this is a banana, but it was not a banana, then it will become false positive, because in both the cases your model predicted wrong. Okay, even it is like sound like true negative, but here your model is working perfectly fine. Means it whenever it was true, your model predicted true, and whenever it was false, your model predicted false. Okay, but in case of false negative, false positive, your model was not working correctly. So you can see like it will represent it like this in terms of error matrix or confusion matrix. Okay, so by this way you can identify, okay, how much percentage your model is working fine, or how much your model is still remain to be work, or you have to refine your model. Okay, and the size of confusion matrix is number of possible classes, like how many, just like here in our case, yes or no only. Like I want to see, okay, this is true or false, so like I will get 4x4 matrix. But like as we already talked about it, like using classification model, you can answer multiple choice. So like if you have different options, like you have 4 5 like here in our case we have only two options, yes, either it's a banana or it's not a banana. But if you are taking another case which has like multiple categories, okay, either it can be belongs to category 1 or category 2 or category 3, category 4, then size will also become more for this like confusion matrix, and it will equal to the, like size will become like if you have three options, like it can belong to category 1, category 2 and category 3, then your matrix will also become 3 by 3. Okay, just like here the matrix is 2 by 2. Okay, I hope you got it. And model evaluation, what is model evaluation? When you are examining the values of confusion matrix and you like utilize the different data set, then training data set, like test data set, validation data set, to just basically evaluate your model. So that will help you to do that. And we already talked about like which like a model will help you a student to complete a university course. Please let me know in the comment section. This is just a question. We already talked about it, like which model will help a student to complete, will help us to find out like a student will complete a university course or not. Okay. And now how will you can like basically evaluate a regression model is working fine? What are the metrics for it? So these are R2, which is also known as coefficient of determination, and RMS loss or RMSE or RMSD. So it has different name. This is just one term, this is another term. So these are the two metrics. Third matrix is mean absolute error. Fourth matrix is relative absolute error, and last one is relative squared error. So all these metric name at least you should be aware. However, these type of questions are now decreased, but they are still coming, and there are still chances of like in some, for you might might get like more than 10 questions based on it, because these questions are randomly generated for each person. Okay, so you should be prepared for it. So what is this mean absolute error? So it will produce a score, like how close the prediction are to the actual outcome. Okay, like a lower better score is better, right? Because if you like what are the actual outcomes? Okay, if the like if it is correctly, your model is able to correctly predict, okay, yes, this is able to like these are the like these are not bananas, and your like your model also predicted these are not bananas. So then your mean absolute error will become less, right? Because this basically belongs to an error. So the less will be error, the better your model will become. Okay. Another thing is RMSE, that is root mean squared error. It will basically summarize the error in the model. Okay. So you can find it out by squaring the difference between the over prediction and the uh, under prediction. Basically, is this regards the difference between over prediction and under prediction correctly, and it is the square root of the square mean of errors between predicted and actual values. Another one is relative absolute error. So it is the relative absolute difference between expected value and the actual value. Okay, so all these what we are talking about here, it is belongs to the regression model. Okay, which basically predicts the value in a numerical format. Okay, so that's why it I hope it makes sense to you, like what is the relative absolute difference between what is the expected what you are expecting and what is the actual values you get. Okay, this is relative because the mean difference is divided by arithmetic mean. Okay, so this generally does not like come like by difference and all like literally into the exam, but at least you should be aware about all these keyword. Okay, these are the metrics available, and what does actually it represent. Okay, it is the relative absolute difference between expected and actual values. And relative squared error is the like when you normalize the total squared error of the predicted values by dividing the total squared error of actual values. Okay, this is very important. Coefficient of determination, we already talked about it. It is also known as R squared or R2. So here it represents the predictive power of the model. Okay, and it can contains value from 0 to 1. If it gives out the value of 0, that means model is randomly generating the result. It does not make any sense. And 1, when it gives a perfect fit, like every time it is giving the perfect answer. So generally model does not have value 1 if it is like Generally, if we get the in real world we get COD as 1, then we think like there is some error, or like we are providing just same data to the model. Okay, because it like no model will generally predict like all things correctly. Okay, but it should definitely not be 0, because it does not make any sense, and just providing without any checking anything, it just give throwing out result anyway. Like if suppose it, you can understand, if if model says okay, this person will be able to repay the loan, then it each time it should say okay, yes, this person will able to pay the loan if you provide the same data. It should not like one time it is saying yes, he will be able to pay the loan, and next time it is saying no, it will not be able to pay the loan. So that should not be the case. Okay, basically it represents the model performance. And however, you should remain caution when you are interpreting these R2 values, as low values can be entirely normal. Like even if it is like closer to 0, that's perfectly fine. And high values also can be can be seen as suspected. As I give an example, like if it is like perfectly 1, then you are like providing exactly same data. That's why like there is some issue when you are training that model. Okay. And like you should be also aware about this predicted versus true chart. So basically this chart shows the relationship between the predicted value and its correlated true value of for a regression problem. So all the matrices we are talking about, it is specifically for the regression model. And the closer it is to the x equal to y line, the predicted values, and the better accuracy of for your predicted model is. So when x and y, like in the graph, you see like x and y values. So the closer it will be, the predicted values are to this, then the like better accuracy of your model. You can see okay, yes, this is a like better accuracy for my model. By seeing that graph, you can check the accuracy for your model. Okay. Now let's talk about how you can evaluate the classification model. So it also has certain matrices like F1 score, which is also known as balance F score or F measure, then accuracy matrix, precision matrix, recall or sensitivity metric, or true positive. So these are just like another name for one metric, which are written in single line. Okay. And another one is ROC or AUC, receiver operating characteristic or area under curve. Okay, so let's talk about one by one. So accuracy basically defines, wait, yes. So accuracy basically gives you the goodness of a classification model, like as the proportion of like what are the true result to number of total cases. Okay, it is not always use a primary matrix to like check the model performance, but it used to calculate the probability of a correct classification model. Okay, like what are the two results we get, uh, number of total cases. Okay, so it will generally provide the accuracy, but you should not only consider this metric only. Okay, you should consider this metric, but not only this metric, to check okay if your working is fine or not. And next is the precision. So it is the proportion of true result over the positive values. Okay, so my true result are okay, if it was true and my model also predicted true, then it will become true false, true positive, sorry, then divided by the number of positive results, like true positive plus false positive. Okay, so that will become my precision, how precise my model will be. Okay, another thing is what is the sensitivity of my model. So you can check it by fraction of total amount of relevant instances that were actually retrieved, and the formula is written here, you can check it out. Another metric is F1 score. So it is the weighted average of precision and the recall, which we have talked about here, between 1 to 0, and the ideal score will be 1. Okay, and its formula is something like this. You can check it out. It generally does not come like directly into the exam, but at least you should be aware as an AI/ML engineer. You should be aware how you are going to calculate the F1 score, or how generally it calculated. Next metric is AUC, or we also talk about ROC, it's another name. So it measures the area under the curve, which plotted like with true positive on y-axis and false positive on x-axis. It basically measures the quality of model prediction, and irrespective of what the threshold is chosen for the classification, its ideal value is 1. And for binary classification model, so binary classification model is when you have only two choices, just like yes and no. Okay, classification model can predict like any like multiple choice or get classes or categories. But if you have like binary classification model, then AUC is equal to and you will get the AUC as 0.5. That means it is making random prediction. Okay, and below 0.5, that means it is worse than random also, like it is giving you very bad results. Okay, and next is like how you are going to evaluate the clustering model. So you can use these metric: combined evaluation, number of points, average distance to cluster center, average distance to other center. So these are the ways, these are the metrics to evaluate the clustering model. Okay, and how you can evaluate the custom vision evaluation metrics. So that is like you can use the precision metrics, recall metric, and like average precision metric. This is specifically for the AI-900 exam I am telling you. And what is this? We already talked about recall and precision. So let's talk about what is this average precision. So it is the combined metric of both precision and recall. So that will give you an output as average precision. Okay. So, and next thing you should know about vectorization. So what is this vectorization? When you captures the semantic relationship between the words by assigning them to location in n-dimensional space. So basically you vectorize it so your model will understand it better, and it can do tasks much more easily, because like model will generally don't understand the like actual meaning behind the words. Okay, so if you want to capture that relationship, semantic relationship, meaningful relationship between those words, then you will do the vectorization. Okay, and if you want to normalize words before counting them, then it is known as limitation and streaming. Okay, so then it is known as limitization and streaming. And if you want to like do the frequency analysis, basically just count how many times a word appear in text. So that is known as frequency analysis. And if you extend that frequency analysis to like include multi-term phrases, okay, you want to include the like that word to be included as a like include multi-term phrases into it as well, then it is known as n-grams. Hello everyone, welcome back to the last episode of AI-900 mini series. Congratulations to all of you who make till this last episode of this series, and we are going to learn about generative AI in this episode. And till now we have learned so many things related to AI-900 specifically, and I am pretty sure that you will gain so much value from these videos and you will score a very good score in this examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. So in exam, it can be asked what are the characteristics of generative AI, or you may also as a AI engineer wonder like what are the characteristics of generative AI. So you need to understand that it often relies on foundation models like GPT. Most popular generative AI tool is now ChatGPT. It's no doubt there, and it's come from Azure, like partly from Microsoft backing that OpenAI. So that's why you see the integration of ChatGPT very well with the Azure as well. Okay, and basically what generative AI does, it generate new content based on like it's basically in technical terms you can say it creates new data instances, like it generate new data similar to what it is trained upon on. Suppose it has been told okay to write an essay or something like this, but it will generate, it will use new words, it will make a different combination which it has not been trained on. Okay, it will generate new content, but it will utilize that, just like we as a human being generate new ideas and new thoughts. So it is similar kind of generative AI worked upon. It's like a similar kind of process it follows. Okay, it often learns from unlabeled data. Means it can pick up, just like as a human, we can learn from, like unconsciously we are learning from, we don't know what that is, but we pick that idea from that part, and we pick something from movies and apply in very professional things. Okay, so it's similar to that. Okay, so like it often learns from unlabeled data. Sometimes it also requires labeled data. Sometimes we learn consciously also. So it's like AI basically. I always draw inspiration from when making any AI model or ML model from humans only. I really think AI is like a little baby which is going up, and I am pretty sure like we will be able to see AGI, which has like a human level intellect in like upcoming 6 months, or at least in 2 months we will definitely see an AGI, at least a good prototype of AGI in response. And as I said, generative AI is basically, it returns responses such as natural language, images, code. Nowadays, like generative AI can, you can just ask, okay, generate me an image of cat. It can return it. You can ask it to write an email or an essay, or like you want to debug some code, you want to write some code based on natural language input. Like we can write in, just like we want to ask anything in text format, we just type it and it will do our work. So that is the basic intuition of generative AI. Another important keyword in respect to generative AI is system messages. So what it does, it is these system messages is used to set context for the model by describing expectation. Okay, basically here we are telling, okay, what you need to do, to like what generative AI needs to be done. Okay, we will define, okay, you have to what in what style you have to give the response. Just like chat gpt, I can say you have to respond in a very professional manner, or you don't need to answer certain question related to your own characteristics. I don't want to give out all the information related to that generative AI model, right? Somebody can ask, okay, how you are got trained, what is your own code. So I don't want to give out my own code and all like privacy related issues or some other users code related issue, because generative AI has that access to that, but I don't want to give it. So how would I am going to tell that chat gpt or any generative AI model? I am going to tell them using system messages. Okay, so these way you can set up the context and identify the styles and set up the styles, and basically let your model know how to respond to the prompts. Prompt is basically the input which any user is giving. Okay, and another question can come up, like what are the mitigation techniques in generative AI solution which can applied at which you can apply at each of these four layers. So what are these four layers? One is the model layer, another is the safety system layer, meta prompt and grounding layer, and user experience layer. So this is the, like you need to remember where like all these four layer, at least name you should be remember in perspective of AI-900 exam. Okay, and also it can be asked like how you can suppress the harmful content at the safety system layer. So you can utilize content filters at that. Okay, or it can be like reverse also can be asked, like if you apply content filter to suppress prompt, so at which layer you will be do that. So I will do it at the safety system layer out of all these four layers. Okay, and like it can be asked like how you can plan a responsible generative AI solution at NIST AI risk management framework. So you can do following these tasks, like you can identify the potential harm, you can measure the presence of these harms in the output generated by your solution. So this way you can do, you can make sure like your AI is not generating harmful, which can be cause harm to like humanity, or in general it is going against to the ethics, or it is doing some kind of bias. So you don't want to do that. Okay, basically all the 6 guiding principles we have talked in the very starting of this series, so I want to follow that. So how can I do that? I will identify the harms, I will measure the presence of these harms in the outputs, and I will mitigate those harms at the different layers which we have talked about just now, model safety and this all meta layer and user experience, to minimize their presence and impact. And I will ensure that transparent communication about the potential risk to the user so they can use it safely. Okay, and I operate these solution responsibly by defining a proper automated deployment and operational readiness plan. Okay, and so it can be asked like what is the document where you put out document all the expected use of the system, and which can help us the user to identify the potential harm. So it is AI impact assessment which you do here to, okay, you can see, okay, these can be harms can cause by your AI model or machine learning model, and how you are expected to use this system. Okay, and there are image generative AI models as well which can fully generative image, so it can take a prompt like as an image as well, apart from like taking the textual traditional textual input, it can take image as an input. Okay, it want to some modify, you want to edit some image, or you want to like create new image, you want to like create both realistic and artistic image out of that, you can want to change the layout or style, you want to create another variation of that image, so that you can do using image generative AI model. One of the famous one is OpenAI DALI. It is very famous generative AI model. So it can do image creation, you can edit the image, you can create different variation of the image, like you can generate images from the based on your natural language prompt. But what it does not do, it does not provide you the image description. So that can be if you ask, okay, what is this in image, so it may be not able to give you the overall context of, okay, what is this image, because it is majorly a image generation AI, image related AI, not like giving you a text input kind of thing. Okay, and what about this chat GPT 4 GPT, basically GPT 4 GPT 3.5? So basically it understands generate natural languages code, but it does not generate images. As we see with the chat GPT, we can't generate images using these GPT 4 and GPT 3.5, which currently chat GPT is utilizing. Okay, and what is this embeddings? So embeddings is basically convert text into numerical vectors to facilitate text similarity. So it can give you semantic meanings. We already talked about in the previous settings, but it generally provides, so it can relate, okay, this when it is asking this, so it can point to that vector, and it can give you a more meaningful answer using those embeddings. Okay, and if you want to utilize transcribe or translate a speech to the text, just like you want to generate a subtitles from a video or something like this, or auto generate subtitles, you can say, so that you can utilize whisper. It is also from another feature from like OpenAI, just like we have ChatGPT for text generation, but what it do, it transcribe and translate a speech to the text, that is facilitated by whisper service. Okay, and the last thing is embedding from the Azure OpenAI model. As we already talked about it, like it converts text into numerical vector for analysis, and it is generally used to search, classify and compare sources of text for the similarity. So when it generate new content, so it want to like search like similar word, because it cannot utilize the exact word, so it will find to use like to make it authentically new, it will compare those texts and like search for the similar words and try to draft a new sentence. So their embeddings comes into very in the picture and utilize extensively there. So that's all in this series. I hope you gain a lot of value from this. All the best for your AI 900 exam. If you need any kind of help, please let me know in the comment section, and I really hope best for you. Make sure you subscribe the channel, like this video. It's free for you, but it is going to really help me a lot. And share this video with your colleagues and your social media platform, especially LinkedIn. If you can share, that would be really helpful. Thank you guys, that's mean a lot in this series. Thanks for all your support. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.